What up, guys? How you guys doing? Just come back from Seattle. Go live for an hour, 2 hours, probably an hour. I'm tired. I'll probably go live longer tomorrow night. Good day, Seattle. Love the farmers markets. Always good ask me like good conversations about life. My tattoos. My tattoo attention getter. It's all about life. It's all future about life. So yeah. How you doing? How's it going? How's your night going, guys? Don't mind me. I'm trying to set up all my 10 platforms, 10 cell phones, so bear with me.
Let's level up your 4K video and movie watching experience with Rock's Play. One absolute.
Oh shit. And then I get my hair done on Tuesday. I do my eventually be all white. Right now it's like blonde, beige, white. Hey, what's up, Auntie Boo? How you doing, Queen? How's it going, Mano? Should be at Tuesday. Whatchamacallit? Hey, what's up? How you doing? Tuesday, whatchamacallit? Get my hair done. So I'll get it twisted, get it braided, and then whatchamacallit? Get it dyed. So eventually be all white and all black. Respect, that's the way I think. Gray, not really. Whatchamacallit? A little bit of gray. I'll go down the rabbit hole a little bit, but nothing too crazy. Like, I'm gonna sit and debate about race, religion, politics, COVID, high value man. Respect, that's irrelevant. You know, just let's debate about your life, your feelings, what's up with you as a being. You know, if you want to talk about feelings. If not, respect for talk to the wrong person respectfully. If I care about you, individuals, like, yo, if you want to get your life back, to figure out what love is, if you want love. If not, you don't have to. Stay in toxic relationships. Pray, plan, manifest to change your ways, or that God sends you. Whatever your God is, God, Allah, Buddha, the universe sends you the one, quote unquote, your potential partner. And like, yeah, maybe, maybe not. Who knows? As the tattoos, oh yeah, I love tattoos. Actually, matter of fact, next month I get 3 more sessions. So all my tattoos. What was that, Auntie? Won't be an effect on your body anymore, bro. One more time. Say one more time. I'm sorry. Do you have any more room on your body to have tattoos? Oh, I have. Room on your body? Oh, they don't like. My family don't like them, but respectfully, I don't care. Like, they're just tattoos. They're just words. Here's the best thing. Like, my tattoos are just about life, raw real life for anybody. Like, it's all about life, strictly about life. Petty words, like it says depression, anxiety, PTSD, toxic relationships. Hey, what's up, Mia Queen? How you doing? Debbie father, Debbie mother, bitter baby daddy. It's all life. And then slave masters, slaves, fuck your feelings. Like today at the market, this lady, older lady, she's like, does that say slave masters? I was like, yeah. I'm going to get my headache removed because it's my ex and I don't want him. It's tomorrow. Hey, no, just for how you doing, Queen? How's it going? Welcome to life. Yeah, no, everybody. Yeah. Yeah, everybody has their beliefs with the tattoos wise, I just, the only reason I got all these tattoos purpose wise to get your attention. That's the only reason I got them for, respectfully wise, to spark conversation if you want to work on yourself as a being. And respect me. Say it again? He didn't like me talking to you. Because that's a complete stranger. No, it's not. I've hooked up with him. Okay. And he's like a friend. Yeah, and he just got jealous and stuff, and I punched him in the face. And I left. You heard of shampoo? Every day. Have you heard of it? Yeah, he's just real particular on who I talk to and boss me around. Yeah. So, well, respect, feel like if it's platonic, like relationships, friendships, type of situations, love, respect. If your partner's too narcissistic and they're too controlling wise, and they tell they become might tell you your slave master, your father, your mother, father, probation officer, you can't wear this, you can't talk to whomever. Like that's not healthy for you. But that's why you might make a decision for yourself. Are you staying? You leaving? Like stop people pleasing. Like the intent as couples, match energy. You don't take energy. If they take energy, why do you allow it? Respectfully, you don't have to. It's your choice if you want to stay there, stay submissive. Which I decide that we're submissive. Like why? Mm-hmm.
I was with him for a whole year.
Yeah.
And his brother got a cheese pop.
Hey, that's how the brother's going. Yeah, no, so that's the thing, like you don't submit to no one else but yourself, respectfully. That's why I preach about relationships. Like that's all I focus on. Because we want love, but then you accept toxicity. Why and how? Because money, because cars, because fame. What is it? And then respectfully will bitch about our partners. Or you pray about manifest, like you're praying for the wrong person. Hey, what's up, goddess? How you doing? How you been? How's life? How's everything? Yeah.
I pray for me.
Well, once again, like, don't accept toxicity. Yeah, don't accept toxicity, man. At all. So. Mm-hmm.
I was dating a toxic man. Very toxic,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well,
very toxic. Oh my gosh. He went to jail for 7 years, toxic.
Well, that's not good.
Like when he first told me that, I went, I can't be with a man like you.
Well,
you're scary. You actually scare me a little bit. Hey.
Mm-hmm.
Hey. But I'm not over with him. Huh?
Relax, amazing lady. Relax.
Mm-hmm.
Because you are coming off too masculine. You are a female. So relax.
Well, everybody has their past.
Excuse me?
No, well, remember there's like...
You are?
No.
You are excused.
I'm not sounding masculine.
Nah, well, you have the right to date who you want to date, It's like, if people have past, that's why respectfully, like, if we all have past before your partner, your potential partner, tell them day one, by the way, so I do have a past. Back then I was a hoodlum, gang mafioso, so I did a lot of bad shits. But I've been working on myself, and they, once again, you forewarn them, they don't have to be with you. That is their choice, free will. Remember, rejection, protection type of situation. So it's on the be in. So that's why if you want toxicity, so be. If not, you don't have to. That's for everyone behind the screen. The door's always there. When it comes to relationships, the door's always there. You leave, you don't have to come back. You don't have to come back at all. It'd be nice to give an explanation, but you don't have to. Everyone's got free will and choice every day above ground, So that's what I just focus on relationships. That's what we bitch about. You get money, power, and fame, careers, homes, and everything, but then you bitch about your partner. How? Why? Don't matter if you're religious, spiritual, atheist, a good person, whatever you claim to be, whatever category. Why? That's my point being.
And he didn't like it. Then I was just Christian out there.
Some of them.
He didn't like me to Jesus.
Well,
because what are you talking to him about?
If he didn't like religion, they want my personal opinion. They want to talk about everything. Like, hey, are you atheist? You religious? You spiritual? What are you? Let's say they're atheists. Well, I'm religious. Respectfully, if it's not gonna work out that way, then stay friends in a social support teams. Don't be as partners, or then stay bickering. Which is your choice, if you will. And once again, that's why we're adults. Talk about it day one. Say it again, Roscoe.
What?
Or people can just be wasting their time.
Right. That's not very factual. Very factual. That's why I talk about it day one, like, hey, what's up, homie? How you doing? How's it going?
Can I talk to the amazing lady right here?
Go for it. Tell me how you doing, Queen.
My dear friend mistress is coming. I want to
Oh yeah, I'll open it up. Let me see. 2 seconds. Go for there. You go.
Thank you.
So I have a couple of.
Margarito, this is my sissy, Jojo. This is mistress. She's from New Zealand in the South.
Welcome.
So hello, box 1 and box number 3. Lovely to meet you. This is one of my brothers. He's an extreme nerd. He's an extreme nerd, Jojo. An extreme nerd. So Brother Little usually has like 5 other phones while he's on here. He has 5 other, usually about 3 to 4.
Yeah, 10 cell phones, 10 platforms.
Hi, all you beautiful people. Lovely to meet you all. Thank you for loving on my brother. He's one of our favorites over here in New Zealand. So love and abundance to you all. So this is one of my favorites. Yeah.
Hey, let's make this thing interesting. Since we all here and there's 3 females and 2 guys in this panel. Although my brother Rito had a whole bunch of different platforms that everybody else is listening to. Now, let's do it like this. Very easy. It's very easy. Yeah. Let's ask the ladies. We're gonna go for box 3, 4, and 5. Hey ladies, rate yourself in a scale from 1 to 10. What you rate yourself?
Number 1, you mean by look, or what do you think? Rate ourselves.
When it comes to the scale from 1 to 10, however you get this question, rate yourself.
Oh, that's
from 1 to 10.
I'm a 10. I'm a 10, bro. I'm a 10.
Somebody say, who says I'm a 10?
I said I'm a 10. I said I'm a 10. And I said I'm a 10.
Okay, back number 4 say I'm a 10. You know she's not being realistic, but we're gonna take that.
No,
how about
don't cast the first stone like your name's Jesus. You need to listen.
We're just gonna
go. How you doing, better, brother?
And after that, following questions,
day by day baby steps, you know.
Make yourself a little bit down after you get there. Other following questions. So, how about box number 3 and number 5?
But I'm a number 10. I just said that. We both said at the same time.
Everybody, this is a whole bunch of pretenders in here. You know what I mean?
Okay. Box number 1. Be careful what you ask for, because we were specific. And just be mindful that when you ask a question to an indigenous native person, you're going to get a valid answer. Automatically So I want to give you my reasoning for my understanding of the number 10. I'm imperfect. I know I'm imperfect. But even in my imperfections, I know I'm of value and I know I'm worth. What matters to me is that I still push on and I still push through in life. So even that, I don't give up. I'm not a failure. I still love myself. I still understand my value. I still understand my worth.
I'm gonna clap for you.
Yeah, I know, because you talk. So be careful what you ask for, because you don't know what you're asking. And you know, I don't undermine myself when it comes to I'm not of deep value. My imperfections build my character. My weaknesses in my character. My self-esteem, all of these things are a contribution towards my identity. I'm not any less than anyone in this room, or greater than anyone in this room. So be careful how you ask the question.
Okay, I'm going to bring you back to Earth real quick. I'm going to bring you back to Earth real quick. Because you're in space where in another galaxy.
I can't hear you.
Just calm down, relax.
Thank you.
Just relax, because you feel like you just want to talk, like somebody put you in the corner when you was little, nobody let you talk. Just relax for a second. Now, I'm gonna let you say this thing. When you rate yourself a 10, I'm gonna ask you, are you married? Yes or no? Taking too long to answer that. Are you married? Yes or no?
Nah, I think she's lagging. She's lagging.
Hi. Hello.
Oh, there she is.
She having.
Meta, you hear the question by chance or no? Meta, you hear the question?
I can hardly hear. Yeah, so I didn't. Yeah. Our darling Antipo, you might have to mute yourself, our beautiful, till it's time to talk, our precious. So
How you doing?
I didn't hear anything that he said, but a lot of it is, what is your value and what is your worth? So my understanding, and like you always say, Brother Lito, everyone has a perception and
Oh,
everyone
yeah,
has an
yeah.
opinion.
Everybody does.
And our culture, and there is no right. So, you know, box number one, I'm sorry, but you're being retarded right now. That's my question. Why are you being retarded?
It's okay. That's your perception, as you say, because you have no idea what perspective is, but you have your perception. That's okay. Now, I'm gonna let you answer again. Are you married? Yes or no?
Meta.
I'm a widow, my friend. I'm a widow.
So you're a widow. Okay. How long you was married to the person that died?
11 years.
11 years. That means you're a superwoman. So far, so good. Now, how many kids you got?
That's private.
That just went down from the 10 that you rate yourself to a 9. Now,
No,
next question.
You're not worthy of knowing the number. You're not worthy of knowing the number. You're just a sucker.
I have a bullshit.
You like playing with people's
So
heads.
you don't bullshit over here. Now, next question. How long was your last relationship before your widow husband died?
None of your business.
You just went down to an A. So now, let's go to the next question. How loyal of a woman you are when it comes to how many people you have slept with?
What's body count got to do with any of this?
You have to do a lot, because if you rate yourself as a 10, that means that you only was loyal to one person. But if you slept with more than 30 persons, you cannot be rating yourself as a 10, because you are being delusional. You're saying, according to statistics, and if you go to this page, it's called the statistics of the world, you can find yourself there, and then you can actually rate yourself accordingly to who you are, instead of who you think you are.
Okay. So I agree to disagree with respect, my friend. Each to their own, and I disagree with you. But you know, however statistics say, hey, much respect to that. But I'm uniquely myself. Like I said, you missed the first one. I love my imperfections. I love my weaknesses. I like my out the gate side. I love all of those sides. I'm not embarrassed with them.
Oh, that's beautiful.
But hey, but it's just, you know, we have a different understanding. We have a different upbringing. We have a different way of looking at things. And, you know, I'm not trying to be better or lesser than another individual. I tell you what, once upon a time, I never loved myself, and I would have automatically told you I was 0. So from a 0 to a 10, I'm perfectly made in the image of God. Full stop. Hands down.
All right, with that being said, tell me what you think God is.
I don't think he is anything. I just know that he's a creator who took time out to understand the truth about unconditional love, where ours is unwavering because of judgment. And so, you know, he made me perfectly in his image. I must be perfect 10 out of 10. That's how I understand that. There is no complications with that. He doesn't make life complicated. What we do is mere human beings.
Okay, that is your perception.
Hi, my sister, Auntie Rio. This is Brotherito. Brotherito, I think you remember our sister, Auntie Rio. We have a complicated human being in here who's doing psychology, psychiatrist on us. And Brotherito, you have trouble with your patience.
I got patience.
You have patience, my brother.
Since your girl, box number 4, thinks that she knows so much about me, can you just enlighten her about who I am and what I do?
Oh, well.
Yes, Brotherito.
Well, Roscoe's he's a life coach, and then he just asks certain questions for the most part about Robbie life for the most part, just to evaluate best as possible. We just stay observant. I have patience for everybody, every which way. So yeah. But allows me to keep it humble.
Okay. Okay, so box number 1, have you had your virginity stolen without your consent? My turn to grill you. Have you had your virginity stolen without your consent? Yes or no?
I would have to actually answer that as a yes. I would actually answer honestly as a yes.
Being raped and kidnapped and still here to tell a story and still can love and be kind on people? Have you actually been brutally gang raped?
No, that's your perception of how you got me.
Oh no, I'm asking you a question like you asked us a question. Is that not fair?
No, it's very fair. I'm not that type of person that you think I'm egotistic or something.
No. There's a reasoning behind my questions as well. So I'm just letting you know how it feels on this side of the fence when you ask personal questions, when you assume that you think you know someone. So I'm just going to give you a little bit of insight of me. So, you don't have to answer the questions. Yes or no is really simple. There's no questions here.
I think I answered that.
Right.
Okay. So, have you been brutally beaten to a pulp where you couldn't walk for 3 to 4 months or even look outside your eyes?
Amazing lady. I answer your question as soon as you ask. The thing is that you couldn't hear long enough because you was talking. That means you're too busy talking instead of listening.
Okay, my apologies.
So I'm just gonna let you know. Listen, I'm a life coach. I specialize in the programmation of the subconscious, meaning that whatever you thought was real, just ask me.
These are very few questions, and they're just questions, just like you ask us. So sorry that they're a bit raw and brutal. That's how I feel with your questions. So I'm just reciprocating the questions that I'd like to know about you, because that's how personal I felt about your questions. So if you're very open and you're very transparent, you should be comfortable with the questions that I ask you soon.
Yeah, I heard that, but I'm gonna let you know, I don't follow any religion. I walk into my own path of truth, peace, and love that equals unity. So when it comes to what you believe, which I know that is nothing but a programmation in your subconscious, you have no idea what you actually are because you still believing in Jesus, don't you?
I'm not answering your question until you answer my question.
I already answered your question. Do you want me to answer again?
Yeah, so have you been brutally beaten to a pulp where you couldn't walk for 3 to 4 months, my dear friend?
Like I said before, yes, as I was an orphan and I was born without parents to take care of me, and I actually grew up to be the best version of myself by actually believing in myself and nothing outside of myself. Now, do that answer your question?
Snakes.
This is sufficient enough because that's what you did with us. It's not nice, is it? So anyway, the other question I'd like to ask you, have you been brutally raped where you conceived a child out of that as a result?
The thing is that you are speaking out of your own personal experience. Of course not. I'm a man.
So I'm just saying, no, you're speaking out of the beliefs and teachings and doctrines, which, you know, just be mindful that, you know, if you're offended, that's a you thing that you have to deal with. But I just want you to be mindful the questions that you ask because of how you understand your teaching and your doctrine. You can't even let me finish, my friend.
No, I'm just letting you know, if I was offended, like if I'm easily offended, you would have to live 3 different lifetimes to trying to hurt my feelings. You have no idea.
Oh, I'm definitely not hurting your feelings. I'm just letting you know I don't appreciate some of the questions because you're trying to diagnose me just through a simple answer and you don't even know me from a barrel. So that's not nice. I don't find that nice at all.
Right.
And you have no right to diagnose me in the way that you think that you have a right to. That's not cool.
That is my job. That is my job.
No, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter whether that's your job or not. My brothers are ministers and pastors. Not only that, they're pretty high up in pretty much 3/4 of the country with mental health. So be careful how you roll with your status or your label. Your label means nothing to me. How you treat people is totally different.
Definitely.
So regardless of the history, what comes with an individual, be careful.
Yes.
You don't know what
You're right. You're 100% correct. I haven't said nothing.
Yeah, Matt is a beast.
Offended to you. If you felt offended
From the Bigo squad.
Something triggered. So let me know what was the trigger point.
You don't deserve to hear that.
Thank you for following, Queen.
What you say? What you say?
You don't deserve to hear that.
You're undeserving to hear that. I feel safe with Brother Rito, but I've only known you for less than 5 minutes, and you're asking questions like I'm your client. I don't appreciate that at all. I don't.
No, it's okay. You don't have to appreciate it because this is what you call it, a public act. So everybody come here to actually mingle. So if you don't appreciate my frequency, that means that you are not likely to be in a room with a lot of people that have different perceptions. You just think that everybody has to think about what you're thinking about. Whatever you're thinking about is your own personal perception and it has nothing to do with everybody else's perception. Now, perspective is when you should stick out of your shoes. You could put your feet in somebody else's shoes to see where they're coming from. But since you're self-centered and egotistic enough to say that I'm only familiar with Rito, it's other people in this panel. So have some respect.
Oh, so the lady underneath you, that's my big sister. The lady underneath her is like my little sister.
I didn't ask you that. About being self-centered.
You're the only under the ordinary that's in this room. I'm very open to their perceptions and their opinions. You're the one who's playing with an individual's head. Don't twist that. You're actually the only individual in the whole 6 years, 7 years that I've been on this app that I've ever come to like this on Brother Lito's panel ever.
Oh, wow. Do you want a trophy for that? Do you want a trophy? Let me send that shit to American Express straight to you.
Look at how you are someone who is of professional status. As not doing this very well, are you, my friend? You're struggling with it. So, you know, from a professional perspective, you suck.
Thank you for making my night.
You call yourself a life coach and you throw that fucking shit at someone. Mate, what are you? You call yourself a life coach.
Listen, amazing lady.
Yeah, what's up,
And now you're
Shut up now. Shush your mouth.
better than you. Shush. Back number 2 over here.
Fuck off the list. Off the register.
Hey,
Get
Jane.
off the register.
Pretty much factual,
You
Jane.
do not even deserve the word.
You gotta have a lot of
helping
patience.
people with their lives. You talk to a woman like that. If you were in our country, we'd knock you out. You know what I mean?
Oh, wow. We got a
exactly. We don't piss it out with big, long words and try and define somebody. Don't talk to my sister like that again, you stupid fucktard. Oh, goodness me, you should be embarrassed. You little boy. You talk like a little boy. You've got little man syndrome. Be quiet. Be quiet.
Yeah.
That's rude.
Yeah, I'm going to be quiet if you say so.
No. Shush.
What is all this?
Well, your voice is hurting everyone's ear. I want to hear from this man over here. I think he's a darling. This one over here. Now. Can't you just mute
I
him?
bet you right? I bet you don't got no man. I bet you right
Her
now.
person doesn't take away the intent of her words.
You shut your fucking mouth, you life coach. You're full of shit, bro.
I bet you your man left.
Fucking hell, fuck off.
Yo, hey guys, just keep it humble, guys. Keep it humble. Hey,
Listen, just because
hey, can you sit me? I want to show you my talent. If you're around there, respectfully,
real man with a real penis, right over there.
A real man, you don't know what a real man is. You're single.
Right over there. Oh,
Just
shut
like
up.
seconds.
Shush. You're just a girl.
Yo,
Stop being a chick.
yo, just keep it humble,
You're
guys.
just a fucking chick.
Where's your another real man? You have a fucking man. What you talking about?
You fucked up. Now you're using fucking profanity now.
I don't worry about guests, respectfully.
Yeah.
Your clutcher, anything you can use this disrupt the combo to reclaim control.
Shut up.
Because you are a lady.
Shut up. He's a real man. He's a real man over there, not some little bitch up there. Bitch, you're than a fucking woman.
Yeah, just keep it humble, guys.
We call you Mickey Toddy where I you got vagina. Now, a real man.
Hey, what's up, Lena? How you doing, Queen? How's it going?
Oh,
How you doing,
host
Queen?
over there. Now, that's what you call a man. That's a man. You're a man.
Hey, Roscoe, Auntie Real.
Oh, what the fucking shit? You know, you still are still that orphan. Your fucking mindset is still, I got rejected by my parents as a child. Fucking grow the fuck up out. Who the fuck cares where you were born and how orphan you were? You're not the only fucking person in this world.
Leave it through your mouth, bro.
You made that fucking story up to sell your story.
You have
What a
no idea
bullshit.
what you're talking about.
Bullshit. Shut up, girl. You're just a girl.
No wonder you're single. No wonder they
Real man.
Number one, losing.
No wonder.
Let's get Premeditated. What do you have to say? What is the outcome, our beautiful brother?
Oh.
No wonder. No wonder. We all
So you need it? Nah, it's trying to make it American.
people gave me a
Shut up, man.
picture right here.
Shut up, man.
We'll never stop. Because
Right.
they come close to us, they're going to bring her hand, put in her mouth.
And now I feel like I have to go tell the whole world how they should be because I was rejected by my parents because I was ugly. Right? So here we go. There we go. Heading to the table. He came out looking like a monkey, so you in the rubbish bin. Boo-hoo. Fuck you.
Hey guys. Yo, okay, time out, everybody. Hey, Roscoe, Auntie. Yo. Hey, Auntie Real.
Take it away, my beautiful brother.
Hey, well, yeah, we're all adults, right? So you have life coaches. Everybody has their own what do you think of type of situations, right? So I'm gonna play a clip, right?
Because you know their energy is so low, they vibrate so low.
It's cool.
Feel like they are something else.
Well, check it out. We're all adults, right? So it's me personally, when I go live, it's all about life, real life, like life, talks, relationships, co-parenting, how you function, emotion, mental, spirit as beings, right? So I'm gonna play a clip. Nobody has to participate, but if you want to, I'll go in order. I'm just curious to know what you think about when I play a clip. Remember, this is not my words; it's someone's TikTok, and it's real life. We respect a lot of us want love, but a lot of us accept toxicity every which way, you know. So the intent is to not be in toxic relationships, and to, if you know what love is, you will not deal with toxicity. I promise you that. once you comprehend what love is, toxic love, a lot of us accept and deal with it because of our childhood trauma. It is what it is. You know, this is all I know, codependency. So it's a lot going, right? So I'm going to play the clip. Once again, nobody else to participate, but I'll go in order. Cause I'm curious to know what your thoughts about it, etc. And I'll go very last. Is that cool with you guys? Just to switch it up. Hey, what's up, Big Fresh? How you doing, Fresh? How you doing? How's it going? So
There's some diamonds for that.
oh, y'all you don't just send me nothing. You go. I just go live talking about it, and that's it. But I'll play a clip wise, and then we'll go from there.
Don't you think that cheating is a character flaw? Like, instead of lacking in the relationship, something lacking in the relationship, something lacks within them.
Yep. What is your question you want to ask the panel?
Yep.
Oh, it's just a clip. It's a clip. I'll play a clip. I don't even get here. Well, it's just a clip. I'll play it. So it's about cheating.
Don't you think that cheating is a character flaw? Like, instead of lacking in the relationship, something lacking in the relationship, something lacks within them.
Yep. We do have to understand that sometimes people just make excuses for unexcusable behavior.
Damn.
Many times it is a problem within themselves. Okay, whether that lies in the fear, whether it lies in just pure selfish behavior, whether you just do things because you want to have fun, you want to try something different, whether you are trying to relive your teenage years, or whether you're trying to relive something that you weren't able to do. And sometimes what people tend to do is they cheat and they like to point the finger at the other person. No, you need to point the finger at yourself. You made a selfish decision because when you enter that relationship with that person, when you two agreed to have a relationship, a monogamous relationship, you two agreed to be committed to one another. That means that all bets when it comes to cheating were off the table. So if you decided that you want to do something like that, point the finger at yourself and don't point at anybody else.
So I'll go in order. So Roscoe, do you want to say anything on that? Your opinion, your thoughts on that? I'm asking. Roscoe, you there or no? Hermano, you there or no?
He's trolling my page.
No, it's cool. We'll skip for now. Auntie Real, what's your thoughts, comments on that video? If you want to participate, if you want to give your opinion.
Yeah, absolutely. I think, well, I'm one of those people that was put in that kind of predicament, and it was just like blew me away because I never ever expected that to happen, but it does, and it did, and I'm going to take responsibility at some point and not realizing and keeping my eyes closed to things that I should have addressed, right, and accepting stuff instead of saying that's not right and things are not right, and it came. So I'll take responsibility on my heart of I guess faking some of it, trying to still look good and going nowhere stuff, and then when the shit hit the fan, then I realised, wow, you've got to just be mindful of who you mix and mingle with, whether you go into a monogamous relationship of sorts. And the part that we've been talking about, Coach, is trauma bonding.
Right.
We've been talking about trauma bonding for the last weeks.
Oh yeah, that's tough.
Yeah, and it's behaviour.
Yeah. Oh yeah, no. Trauma bond stuff.
Was I doing my trauma bonding when I allowed that to happen to me? Did I mirror my mum? Yes, I did. I absolutely mirrored my mum. And but I've had some. We were sounding so clever. Anyway, that's my bit. So I'll just pass it along.
Yeah. Hey, number one, how you doing?
Thank you. So Amina and Lolo, they follow Auntie Real, brother Rito.
Off.
If you open up your boxes to 12, your ratings will go up, and you'll have Turkish people come because Auntie Real's connection this is his family, so they will all start flooding in Brother Rito to you. And then they will fill up your boxes. So it's only me and JJ left because everyone else that's on the panel doesn't speak English. But
Okay. I'll still follow him.
That one is yes. I had a partner back in the past who I had to normalize, and like part of trauma bonding. I normalized and accepted that most of the women in the world that I was in they taught you that, you know, all that matters is that he comes home to the main one. And that, you know, I had to accept that what came with the status and what came with this world, it is what it is, and you had to buckle up, buttercup, and you had to shut your mouth and open your leaves when you needed to. And I had a big mouth, so yeah. For me, it was hard to accept what I didn't know didn't hurt, but I have a spirit, so my spirit was discerning, and he soon changed that, and he then realized that, you know, he had never met real love, and so that's what caused him to leave the world that he was in, that it was condoned for a man to not so much be around, but that's what came with his status, that's what came with his reputation, that's what came with his world, and every other female in that world normalized it. You know, it didn't make us any greater, but you just learn that he comes home to the normal one. The other one is, I've always been loyal, so it's been hard to put an expectation on another individual that eventually in time it caused me not to open up as effortlessly to any male. And I suppose it's a ripple effect of trauma bonding. But for me, I've told a lot of the males in my life as a result that, you know, if I know that you're going to muck around on your wife or your partner, I tell them, you know, I'd respect you more if you left her, even though she's going to be left damaged and wounded. Right. You know, allow her to heal from that, and I'd respect you more if you just finished with the relationship and moved on being a slut. I'd have more respect for you as an individual. Right. And I know that sounds funny. Yo. No, that's factual, very factual. Yeah, no, it's I concur. That's factual. The downfall of boys and girls narcissistic wise, we just don't want to let them go. So it's a pride and ego. We think we own them. You know, the trauma bonds suck, and then, you know, the codependency wise, they're the main ones. All these options, it's a lot of shit going on. That's what I'm saying. Like, if you claim to be a good person, whatever, you're good, religious, spiritual atheist, like, why are you cheating for? You know what I'm saying? Like, if that's what you claim to be, quote unquote, like, let them go. If they deserve love, and you know they love you, but you can't love them, so let them go. But why won't you let them go? Because of codependency. You do want to be happy and progress in life, you know? That's what I'm saying. Like, if you claim to be good, religious, spiritual atheist, like, nah, you're not. You can thinking not knowing, you know, because if you was, let them go, let them be. My belief, if you're toxic people should be with toxic people, and but the people, good people, quote unquote, should be with good people. But the downfall, I would do opposite attract. We go after, like, you know, cosmetics. I'm not saying don't be attracted. Yes, be attracted, potential to be, most definitely, but how are they inside? Because your beauty doesn't make you a better person. Your car, your money, your fame, your career doesn't make you a better person. It makes you financially stable, yes. Yes, but you can be dazzle your life, you know, dressed to impress type of situation, but how are you as a being? And that's what I'm saying, respect to call the whole universe. My face tattoo, I call the whole universe out. If you're a good religious, spiritual, atheist person, why are you doing people wrong? Why do you choose to want to do it wrong, quote unquote? And everybody has free one choice. We can blame God, Lucifer, the universe. My parents did it to me. Yeah, we have child trauma. The intent is not to become our parents, the general cycle, and break it and be your own being, or stay like them, you know? So that's why cheating does suck every which way. And when it happens, it hurts hella, you know? Because remember this, you and I cannot get or buy back what God Almighty cannot get back to you. What is it? Love, time, feelings. When you comprehend that, why do you waste your love, your time, your feelings on wrong people around you, especially by your side as a partner? Make that make sense. And you can't get it back. That's why when the breakup happens, it hurts, because 3 years in, 10 years in, whatever, 4 kids, marriage, yeah, you have all that love, time, and feelings on one individual. You can't get it back. It's been written. It's written, and that's it. And you're like, damn, I gave this person my first man 12 years of my life, 3 daughters deep. I pray if I have manifest, she changed the ways. Respectfully, when I say this, me personally as a being, I don't manifest. I use the words to trigger the spiritual universe. And I go, you can do it all you want, but remember this, God, higher power, everyday background, especially adults, everybody has what? Free will and choice. What are you doing? What are you choosing? Your partner, what are they doing? What are they choosing? If you're both bitching about each other, what are you going to do about it? The door is right there. You're going out of everyday background. Why do you have to choose to want to go back to toxicity? Because the kids, religion, culture, your parents did it onto, what is it? What's the answer? So that's why I preach what I preach. You know, you got to be selfish in a positive manner and do what makes you happy as a being.
and the potential to be should match your energy, not take your energy. And cheating, once again, it's easy to do that. The downfall is hurt people, right? That it's not an intent, but we do that. Heal people, what do? We heal people. We tell stories. That's what I do. That's what my life blessed. I did a lot of mistakes in my life, but here's the kicker. I tell everybody, if you didn't have a support team to get shit out, to get it for warning, you're not respecting this. Go to church, pray in God's hands, spirit. That's part of it. All that's communication, but as a being, it's my choice, if you will, to do right or wrong. But if I had a support team to elaborate shit out, what you're doing, what you're saying, I'm letting you on the future, on the long run, you're gonna sabotage your relationship. You're gonna push her away. What? If she's talking to you, doing communication comprehension, you should try on your part best as possible. If not, you can, she'll give you 1,000 chances. Whatever, you're verbally abusive, physically abusive, you're cheating, fuckboy, fuck girl, whatever you're into, right? Give you 1,000 chances, not 1,001. So when your partner's more empathetic, emotionally, mentally, spiritually, they check the fuck out. They break up with you, they leave you, they ghost you, right? Divorce you. But that is their choice because they're exhausted. They give you 1,000 chances, not 1,001. So now they walk away. And then us, the ones that are more narcissistic for what we're doing for that session wise, we will play we tell a sob story, but we did not know at the time being we did it to ourselves. We pushed them away. And we can say we pushed in somebody else's arms. No, we did it to ourselves, not knowing. Because he or she's been talking to you for how many years? How many babies? How many marriages, quote unquote. That's why the intent to work with you. Start the healing journey, and it's not ever too late. I started 4 years ago at 39. I made it in our heart. I'm 14 the outside. I just tell stories. I'm not a victim. I'm not a warrior. And I'm sorry. I was the overage myself because the intent is to figure out, okay, why did my life as a kid, 5 years old that I can remember, why did it fail? Why did I go through all this toxicity? Why I'm not a bad person, but the people around me, why did I accept the toxic relations for? Because of looks? That's part of it, but that's not all of it. Inside, this body's a vessel, right? All your body can tell you is what? Ow, and I'm sore from working out. That's all I can tell you. You're beautiful, exotic male, female. That's all it is. That's all it is, cosmetically wise. But when you go through a breakup, they cheat on you. You spell and says you're on your knees, bond like a bitch. What can your beauty do for you? What can your body do for you? Nothing. It cannot give you advice to life at all. It's on your mind. Your mind is strong, titanium, or it's weak like a piece of paper. Support teams help a lot. This is how you get your life back. I promise you, it's not ever too late. All the red flags, I promise you 1,000, all the red flags answer in front of your face. If you have support to guide you to elaborate best as possible, but nobody has to comprehend. Everybody has their own healing journey if you want to start it. You don't have to. I don't force it upon it. I recommend it because I promise you when you start being more observant and study people's energy is communication. You don't have to open your mouth at all. And then when they start speaking, observe them for who they are to comprehend them. And from there, that's what it's called, communication and comprehension. When you do that, you can see everyone's true colors. They can dress pretty, it does not matter. Cosmetics is part of it. What comes out their mouth, what's their energy like? Now you can see if they're authentic at being nice, empathetic, or acting nice, being narcissistic. That's a massive difference. And just because you go to church, read the Bible, does not make you a better person at all, respectfully wise. Body language is a huge, if you understand. Oh yeah, body language. Oh yeah. So this is what I was talking. Remember this 4 years ago, right? By my support team, 9 queens and my boy King, right? And remember this. This is Japanese 4 years ago because I went the healing journey. Steady my facial expression. What? My facial expression, my tone of voice, my eyes, my energy, my environment. What comes in my mouth? Put that on sequence wise. That's why you don't have to open your mouth. I was like, what do you mean by that? Go to McDonald's, right? Any busy place. Sit down. You want to see all your emotions? Look at everybody. Study. Don't be like staring, be like a creep, but just look, observe. Look at that. That person's about to order a burger. They're gonna order a burger, right? They sit down to eat it, and they're staring at it. That's you. Lots of confused, right? The person at the menu, big old fucking line. They are hungry, but they don't know what to order. It's only so many meals you can order, right? But they're lots of confused. Everybody in front of your face, those are all your emotions. Live, 24/7, 365. Study them, because that's all of you. Can you comprehend yourself? That's the question. If you know what love is, if you want to figure out what love is, it all starts with you. Get to know you before you get involved with anybody else. Because hurt people. Not intentional, but we do that. Heal people. A support team, I'm talking to you. We heal people. We tell stories to guide and forewarn. Nobody has to comprehend. And as a forewarning, when people tell you this saying, you are the old version of myself. That, I know that face. I know that fear. I know those eyes. I know those tears. That's the people you vibe with. What do you mean by that? Let them elaborate. Because that's the people that have been through it. Either they went through it or still going through it, but they're evolving. Healing. Vibe with the people that are healing to get your life back a lot faster. If not, respectfully, in this lifetime, how many times you want to die in toxic relationships? You already know they cheated on you one time. That's her. It destroyed you. One person in the whole universe destroyed you. Your whole belief system changed. God, Allah, Buddha, the universe, the spiritual, whatever you believe in, everything changed because you believed that what you did on your side was correct, best as possible. But your partner, that you put all your love and time and emotions, that destroyed you. They broke the trust and loyalty. Now you're down and out. Now who do you trust? God. What is God? You know, you have the right to question God, whatever your beliefs are, because now you know this individual destroyed you, and it sucks. And then you bring kids in the mix, divorces, co-parenting. It's a bloodbath. It's a domino effect. You got to be very careful who you get involved with. If not, it's gonna hurt every single time. But I promise you this: to make it black and white, which I'm doing my hair this Tuesday, something like that. Love does not hurt. Love can't. It can't hurt at all. Whenever you go through a breakup, you say, fuck love. You know, I'm scared of love. I'm scared of relationships. How can you be scared of love? If God, Allah, Buddha, the universe, your ancestors, the spiritual universe, your support teams is love, you're basically telling everybody, fuck them. No, it's called fuck toxic love. Toxic love will cost you everything in life. Everything, everything. Potentially even literally your life because your partner's too narcissistic. They believe they're slave masters and then they own you. They will not let you go. Not that you live in peace. It's a war with them. It can potentially cost you your life. That's what hurt is toxic love. Love, I promise you 1,000, it's the freest shit in the universe. It don't cost you nothing at all. It's free. it's authentic. So yeah. But yeah, anyways. Yo.
Can you please share my sister Auntie Rio? He's on other platforms, so see, look at how many platforms he's on while he's talking to us.
So this is Facebook. That's Plenty of Fish. That's Instagram. That's me. Both my TikToks. That's Twitch. That's Likee, and this one's Clubhouse, and then you guys Bigo. So they can't see you; they can hear you. So it's a live podcast for everybody. Yeah. Yeah, I just go live for the universe. Once again, I made a vow 4 years ago with my support team. I love my support team. I preach about support teams. The only way I speak the way I speak today, the last 4 years of my life, because my support team, respectfully, not because of myself, not because of my family, not because of my friends, respectfully, nothing against them, because everybody has their own healing journey whenever they want to start it, right? So my support team, I evolved really fast. And when I was going through it, I made a vow to the universe. When I figured this shit out, I'm a single father of kids. I lost my second family-wise, right? I want to figure out why it failed. I'm not a bad person. We're bad for each other, but why were we bad for each other? So as I figure life out, I will go live, you know, and which I was doing lives. That's only my support team because of social media. Social, you know, they were like 7 through IG, Facebook. I know of them. I don't know them. They're my followers, right? And they reached out to me on platforms. Hey, you know, the breakup. You cannot blame you can't take 100% the blame of the breakup. You can't. Yeah, but you kids, you can't look kids by yourself, right? But let me hold you and guide you. You don't have to comprehend by elaborate. And I love them for that. Because initially when the breakups happen, you know, they told me for 88 days, my tattoo, 88 days, right? They were like, every day, Belgram, I'm going to tell you the same thing. It's a blessing in disguise. What? It's a blessing. I know you don't want to hear it. It hurts, right? But if you stay strong, everything will fall into place. I promise you that. But it's your own journey. I cannot do this journey for you. I can be part of it, and that's and elaborate best as possible. So that's why I speak the way I speak, because of them. And that's why I just tell stories now. Nobody has to comprehend. When anyone starts the healing journey-wise, nobody, and remember, respectfully, nobody has to comprehend you. Even if you know, as long as you know what you're talking about, what are you doing? Communication, comprehension. Cool. You cannot force your ways upon others. Even though, you know, people that fall on their face, they could be your own kid, you know, siblings, parents, best friends. They're about in a toxic relationship. All you'd be there is supportive. God forewarn. Every time the situations you elaborate, it is their own journey. It's their own experience. But I promise you 1,000, if you be supportive and hold their hand, guide them, you know, it's a time on my one-on-ones and they can reach out to me. You was right. It's not ever about being right. I'm just here to tell a story to God for once. So you don't become me, a lot of us. And learn, which I just like this term, I get it. Learn the hard way. I get it. I comprehend it. I did the whole healing journey, right? Now that I comprehend it, right? I'm just trying to prevent it. I can't stop it. Nobody can stop it, but you can prevent it. You can prevent people from on their face. What? Because now the person, whatever scenario, like relationships, empath, narcissist, all these terms, as long as the opportunity to have a conversation, what are you doing? Communication. They don't have to comprehend, but what do you do as a being? You share your notes, knowledge, wisdom, analogy, metaphor riddles to that one individual. On their side, you give them everything. So when it's happening, they're more observant. They're not the overage yourself. like fucking Bambi across the freeway. They see the truck, fuck the truck, and they still get hit. No, that's learning the hard way. Yeah, no guidance. Now you get guidance. Well, I see the truck, I'll wait. I'll let it pass by, then I'll cross. There you go. That's beautiful. They have, and that's why I say, like, if it's better to tell people that, younger than you are, because you got it for one. That's the year inner child. Anyone that I speak to is younger than I am. I'm 39 then. I'm 43 now. So I tell them, let's say they're 25 years old. I go, remember this. Verbally, physically, face to face behind the screen, I'm talking to you, right? But in my match in my head, emotionally, mentally, spiritually, as a being, I'm talking to a 25-year-old version of myself. I will give you everything and give you, and I'm always in your pocket 24/7, 3 to 5. The cool thing about social media, that's the cool thing about social media, So that's what I preach. So that's why I just tell stories now. Right? You got to find yourself first before you find love. Yes, very factual. It's hard to do that. And I'll read the comment. She says on TikTok, she says, Loretta says, right, you got to find yourself first before you find love. That's just me. That's very correct. Because, like, you got to know what love is. Once you know what love is, listen to me. Once you know what love is, what true love is, I promise you 1,000, you will never deal with toxicity. You will do what? Verbalize boundaries. Now that you comprehend all the red flags with your ex-exes, you observe the red flags, you comprehend the red flags, and you what? Verbalize boundaries. I don't like that. I don't do that. Please respect me. I'll respect you. If not, you see that right there? I'm selfish. I will always choose myself because this is my life. If I don't got myself, nobody else got me, because anyone could leave, cheat, go break up with me. That is their choice. People, I cannot stop it. I can prevent it, but I can't stop it. That's why you have to be selfish. Have to trigger you should want to be selfish in a positive manner. If not, stay codependent of everybody around you and man-made things. Anything can leave, anything can give up on you. That is their choice, free will. So at the end of the day, the big word, alone. Nothing is wrong with being alone. Well, whoops, yeah, it's called you're lonely. Loneliness, because your ex, no space body, is coming home at night. Nobody else is coming home at night. So these type of codependency to learn to love you. Once you do that, you're blessed. I promise you that. You are blessed. Because people will come and go, and respectfully, that's another, you can't stop it. Do you believe you have a good ass, let's say scenario, you get a badass partner, 10 years deep, everything's beautiful, you finally have love, but God forbid they get sick, they hit by a car, something happens to them. After that, what happens to you? People will come and go. You can't, no one cannot stop death at all. So will you give up on life again? Will you stop and just fall, hit rock bottom because you lost an awesome partner? You're not supposed to give up on life, But to each their own, most definitely. Some will do it and accept it, like, I gotta stay true to my partner because he passed away. That is your choice, for real. But I guarantee your partner could talk to you. But hey, like, no, we had our time in this lifetime. Please continue on. Maybe next time we see each other again. If not, keep doing good. Be blessed always. Go for a minute.
That's a valid point, because I couldn't look at a man for 10 years. It was my son that humbled me.
Okay.
And like broke me to the point where I had our photos at the top of my bed every day, all day, every day. I couldn't even look at a man, even though a man was flirting with me, trying to. But what I soon learned was limits. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Alhamdulillah, beautiful people. So what I learned was I didn't realize that it wasn't that I was being loyal to him, it's just that I couldn't move on. Like, there was no one that could match his presidency of what I understood as a male. Everything else was insignificant. Every male I came across didn't have the standards, the values, the morals, the beliefs, the strength that he had. And so it was hard, and so therefore no man was worthy of having anything good of me. And so my son, so I thought, well, cool, that's me, doom and gloom. But then my son came up. I hadn't seen him for a long time. This is my oldest boy. He's quite a humble boy. And he came in, I was drinking, I was hungover. He grabbed all his dad's photos and he threw them down on the floor and on the bed. And he said, I had enough of this shit, Mum. I had enough of this shit. Dad's dead. Not only is Dad dead, I'm sick of you living the way that you're living. I want you to get up and get out and give shit a go. I feel like I'm at that place again, like a little bit, not as major as then, because it's been 20 years since he's dead now. But I feel like I'm slipping back slowly to that. Like, I don't think, I try to get out of it, but it's not easy done and said. But, he turned around and he made me aware of how much of a brick wall, Alcatraz wall, that I had actually put up to any form of love, even trying to come in and fill that void. So you are perfectly right, Brother Rito. Nowadays, I think the more that I fall in love with me, because healing is the ultimate key to everything. If you do not heal, how the hell are you going to love yourself? You have to heal. You have to learn how to go through that process. You have to learn to turn those weaknesses into strengths. And then you have to learn how to re-love yourself. And so unlearning how to not love yourself and then relearning how to love yourself and then to normalize that, that's a mission in itself. But relearning how to love yourself until things become normalized is quite a beautiful thing in general too, Brother Rito, because then, it does get a little bit scary because you start understanding your worth and your value, and sometimes you become so comfortable with the work that you've done, that to be at that place of loving yourself and understanding a facet of worth and value that you haven't actually valued in a long time.
Your life.
Do you want to compromise that? Like how you say, matching. Like you've got to make sure that your relationships now actually match.
Correct.
We all have weaknesses, just as long as the weakness doesn't outweigh the strength. So that's not an easy done and said. So as hard as it is to open yourself up to, because I have lots of options now, Brother Rito, it freaks me the fuck out, bro. It freaks me the fuck out. Am I passing up an opportunity? Am I missing this? Am I missing that? And most women would love to have options available to them.
Yeah.
But I think the internal work you do, there's a bit of fear and then there's a bit of respect towards the work that you have done internally in regards to your value and your worth. That, a lot of this is, I am doing this to maintain my well-being for a greater outcome, but I'm not desperate to just take on anything and anyone. And when you do test the waters and you do put yourself out there, and within effortlessly, they expose weaknesses that you have to be honest with. Are you going to be willing to tolerate this?
Correct.
In order for this change to happen in this individual.
Correct.
And so, sometimes when you know that, do you actually want to take that on? Because they might be so beautiful, but then they have a weakness that you're like, man, do you have the tolerance or the endurance to actually walk alongside that? No, I don't. Always.
Right.
So it's not that I'm being extremely fussy. It's just I know that, man, if you're not going to work on it properly in the way that I understand it to be worked on and dealt with, and processed in a healthy manner, then it's just going to be a fuck around, but it's actually going to be a hindrance towards us having a healthy relationship moving forward.
Right.
And so that's also hard too, Brother Rito.
Oh yeah, no.
Because you know what takes. So help me to understand. Take it over.
Yeah, very factual. And I'm really coming real fast that the rest says, I don't care what people say no more. I just want to be happy. I be though it, and I am past that. Nobody wants to get hurt. Yeah, well that okay. Here's a kicker. Nobody wants to get hurt. Responders say this. A lot of queens that I know is right. Wow, Rito has a full pelt. I know, respectfully. It's like, well, I only do typically like 4 panels, respectfully. I've never gone 12, so thank you, queens, for being on here, wise. But, and once again, I say respectfully, wise, a lot of queens, for the most part, they're the ones that fall back to this healing journey. They'll be single, like, I speak to a lot of them, 2 years, 5 years, 10 years, 15 years, because the fear, right? What is it? We don't want to get hurt, right? That's the part. I get the part, but here's the respect when I say this, like, if love is beautiful, love is exotic, right? It's phenomenal type of situation. Like, why should we say that we're scared of love? That sounds incorrect. You should be scared of toxic love. Toxic love, that will cost you everything in life. I promise you it will. Your feelings, your love, your time, emotions, everything, right? Potentially in your life. So that's why the intent is to, what I promote to the fullest support teams to hold you and guide you. Like, how can you be in love? Or how can you be single for so long? Or how do you have, a good relationship? How y'all do communication comprehension? Was it yours relationship? I want that. How do I get that? How do I achieve that? That's the question you'd be asking, like, which I call them power couples, which I'm happy for them, but I promise you 1,000, love does not hurt. Love is communication comprehension. If you want, remember this, day one, you got to break it down. What do you want from this relationship? Are we doing monogamous, you and I, my tattoo, Jen and Will Smith, or is it, open, poly, swing, whatever it is, day one, establish that on both sides, not just one side, both sides, to make sure you get involved with it. And when the red flags are happening, right, observe them and elaborate. My situation, I do not deal with jealousy and insecurity issues. My tattoos are my next. I tell queens, I am not your ex. I have my tattoos for a reason. I am not your ex, no exes. Please do not bring your past to present. If you're so traumatized, why would you stay friends and associate support teams, Because I don't deal with toxicity. I don't want you to hurt yourself, right? And that's the intent, and just in a positive manner. The door's always there. You don't have to stay there. Well, I don't want to hurt their feelings, but if they're being mean, hurting your feelings, respectfully, why do you choose to stay there? Make that make sense? If they're being mean to you. And remember this. When you're the nice girl, you're too empathetic, you're too nice, you're too gullible, you're too naive. What are you called? Like I was called. A people pleaser. Stop people pleasing. Respectfully. If they show the respect, cool. Show the respect. But when it comes to relationships, if you're matching the energy and they're taking your energy, why do you allow it? That's the question. And for how much more long will you do it for? So do not be scared of love. Do not fear none of that. To get hurt, yes. But only toxic love will hurt you. I promise you that. Love will not hurt you at all. I promise you it won't hurt at all. Communication, you have to be on the same level and trust each other. Communication. And the second part, comprehension. What's up, man? How you doing, Queen? How's it going? The second part, because respectfully, when us men, not all men, a lot of us men are narcissistic, right? We'll do communication. We don't do comprehension. You queens, for the most part, not all you, a lot of you, you're more empathetic. You do what? Communication and comprehension. So when you talk to us about the same subjects, because you know the answer, we don't know the answer. So what do we say? Hey, babe, this ain't conversation. I'm going to say the same answer every time. Why do you keep doing the same conversations? Because I don't comprehend where you're coming from. I don't have patience. I'm more open-minded to comprehend where you're coming from at all. So what happens? We just bump heads. All you're doing is talking to a wall. For how much more longer will you be talking to a wall for? That's the question, So you don't accept toxicity in your life. Once you start working on yourself, and remember this, kids give you unconditional love, right? That's saying, yes, remember this, once upon a time when we was kids, you will give unconditional love to your parents, right? But then you become a teenager, a young adult to an adult. So if you want true happiness, it's the person in the mirror. If you want unconditional love, it's the person in the mirror. If you want support, it's the person in the mirror. If you want the fountain of youth, it's the person in the mirror. If you don't got you, then who got you? It's all you. The answer to life is a person in the mirror. All you ever needed was you. You want others in your life if they want you. You cannot force, you can try to force your partner to stay with you, but why are you chasing adults? That's the question. You chase kids and your kids and kids in general. All those little kiddos are your inner child. Every single kid you speak to, they're all your inner child. Ask them how old they are. 10 years old? Cool. 10 years old, give them all the love and guidance you was not given. Teach them, raw real life, respectfully, not school life, raw real life, because them little kids in due time will catch feelings, and then there's little puppy love. And respectfully, when I say this, which I'm a single for kids, I don't believe no middle school, high school should be in relationships. If you can't teach me what love is, respectfully, you have feelings aren't factual at all. If not, middle school, high school, you're gonna get trauma bonded, get destroyed, then what? That's the question. Kids give unconditional love, but you don't.
Can you give us no understanding of what trauma bonding is?
Oh, trauma bonding? Oh, okay. The breakdown trauma bonding, very simple. Respectfully, I say this, right? That's when you get in a relationship, right? You break up 1 time, 2 times, 3 times, 4 times. You always get to make up. They cheat on you 2 times, 4 times. You always take them back. Respectfully, they'll use those terms like, where in the spiritual, right? They'll say Twin flames, and it's another term to use. I'm like, no, that's called a trauma bond. That is called toxic. No, each time we find each other, if you keep fighting each other and keep being verbally, physically abusive and cheating on you, that is not healthy. That is called a trauma bond. You got to detox from codependency. You don't need them in your life. You want them in your life. And obviously, respectfully, if they're more narcissistic, verbally, physically abusive, or cheat on you, they don't need you nor do they want you. But they know that you will always take them back. Because why? My tattoo, you pray, plan, hope, manifest. They change the ways. Respectfully, God cannot do for us. God is communication. Allah, Buddha, universe, ancestors, the spiritual universe, and your support teams. We're all communication. We tell you, hey, you deserve better. You should not stay there at all. But that is your choice, free will. You're the one who start the healing journey, do comprehension, but I cannot do it for you. So you don't be in trauma bonds. Remember this, the longer you're with them, the more it's going to hurt you. And that's when you accept, you pray, plan, manifest, they stay there. And here's the best part. You're too empathetic, the nice and natural, you don't want to be mean to them because you hurt their feelings, but they're being mean to you, hurting your feelings. Spiritual talk, by you allowing it, you hurt your own feelings, be mean to yourself. Make that make sense. You don't want trauma bonds. That's called toxic love. That will destroy you. And remember this, nobody says a lot. I'll get time my body. You and I, nobody in the universe, right, cannot get nor buy back what? Love, time, feelings. God the Almighty cannot give it back to you. So why do you waste your love, your time, your feelings around people around you, especially by your side as a partner? Make that make sense. Respectfully. And remember, God is good. So any religious person that says God is good, to call them out in a positive manner, especially these boys that are narcissistic, that are religious, God is good, but are you good? What? God is good. No one's perfect. We have our flaws, but are you good? Are you living the life of God, Allah, Buddha, the universe, best as possible? That's the question. So yeah, trauma bonds, those aren't fun. Those typically destroy you quite a bit, and it's typically your first relationship. And then when the longer the individual, that's when you're trauma bonded. You deserve better. You daydream about love. You see people that are happy couples. I want that. You can have that whenever you want to, if you leave your partner and start the healing journey. But no, what will happen to them if I leave them? There's your problem. Codependency. A zillion people in the universe, and potentially one out there might be show you more love that you have by your side, but you won't take that risk because you're scared to what? Leave the bubble, your comfort bubble. God is good, amen. Let it go in Jesus' name. Yeah. So yeah, trauma bonds, that destroys you, man. And it sucks. Remember this, when you start the healing journey and you comprehend what trauma bonds are, if it's possible to hold people's hand, guide them, forewarn them, do it. But remember this, they don't have to comprehend. So just try not to give up on them. That's the part, is it's their own journey. Remember this, you cannot do the journey for them. You be the cheerleader, support them. Hey, remind them, I'll be here for you to the end. You can stay with him or her for years, to be babies, but I promise you deserve better. And then just put fear in them in a positive manner. Once upon a time, I was you. I did the same thing. I know that face. I know that fear. I know those tears. I know all that. I comprehend it. I will not ever feel like you. So I'm just trying to hold you and guide you so you don't stay like that. Because if you believe this is the only person in the whole universe that you deserve, because remember this, when they're verbally abusive, you're ugly, fat, and stupid. No one's going to want you. If you leave me, you will die alone. I am the best you will ever have in your life. They tell you that. They bet it in your head. You believe that. You will comprehend that. And anyone tells you beautiful, in your eyes, you're ugly because of them. Not because of yourself, because of them. This is the person that you love. They're telling you ugly, fat, and stupid. That's why they're being verbally abusive, mentally abusive, emotionally abusive. That's the be careful of that boys and girls narcissistic, because they'll destroy you with no remorse. I'd rather be lonely than miserable. Very factual. Nothing is wrong. Remember this, the big word alone, initially it is very scary. Why? The healing journey. Respectfully, a lot of women do more, but they do the healing journey. Us men, boys narcissistic, what do? We get scared of being alone, so what do? We cheat, body hopping, or relationship after relationship. Remember this, if you are doing this, if you're anyone in the universe doing this, the body hopping whole phase, or relationship after relationship, that person is broken, codependent, scared to be on abandonment issues. They are looking for love and happiness in people and man-made BS. That's what they're doing because they're scared to start what? There's the healing journey. When you start the healing journey, what's the healing journey about? You got to feel your feelings to comprehend your feelings, why it failed. If not, fuck these feelings. He or she makes me feel good. Yes, remember this. You are hurt. You never took no time to heal. And remember this. You go through the breakup. Whichever partner falls back, stays single, healing journey, and the partner that cheated or jumped to a relationship right away, that person feels like they're winning. But remember this. Their new partner is about to get more destroyed than you did because your ex that cheated on you or broke up with you, divorced you, they took no time to heal. So what do? They bring my tattoo, my ex. Now you're the ex. Let's say I have a girlfriend. She cheats, whatever, breaks up. So I am her ex now, and all her exes, all our past, I'm part of her past, come to the new partner, and that's what is it? No time to heal. That new partner for now, like 90 Day Fiance, I give 90 days. Lovey-dovey social media. I love you. Yeah. Your new partner took no time to heal. And that's what I'm saying. That anyone that starts the healing journey, you're the one single, not knowing, you don't feel like it. You're shedding tears like a bitch every day. Because why? The codependency wise, you're trying to detox, all the good shit. You're actually winning because you're trying to feel these feelings. Why am I sad? Why am I depressed? My heart hurts. The heart is just an organ. It pumps blood and that's it. Your mind, you're having what? Anxiety attacks, emotional breakdowns, depression. You can't freaking motivate at all. Yes, your mind is strong as titanium or it's weak but like a piece of paper. One person in the whole universe that starts to destroy you. How many more to be? That's the question. You don't need your partner. You want your partner if they want you. That's why the intent. That's all stuff 4 years ago. My situation, I can speak on one's behalf. I had 4 females, right? They go my ex, my second baby moms, the mother of boys, love, respect her, do co-parenting now, and all my exes. What was my red flags? What's that called? Do accountability, right? No one's perfect. We have our flaws. Time to tell the truth. If not, keep pointing the finger at your exes, your parents, whomever. It's easy to point the finger. If they find stop, turn around, face the person in the mirror, and okay, let's figure this shit out. Why do it keep falling on my face? Why did everyone say I keep dating toxic people? Anyone says this says this line, all my exes are crazy, all my exes are toxic. You know why? Because you're crazy and you're toxic because that's all you know is toxic love. You don't know what love is because you would not be saying that line. I promise you that. And when you use a toxic love, as a forewarning, if you try to get into a relationship with love, you might get scared of love because love is beautiful. It does not hurt. Now a new partner is more empathetic wise, the healing journey wise. And from there, what happens? They show love, respect, they talk to you, they're patient, open-minded. You might think that's boring to you. You might get scared of it and go back to your exes or go back to toxicity. The really abusive physical. Oh, this is what I know. Yes, your bubble. Do not be scared of love. I promise you, love does it can't hurt. And when the breakup happens, it's a healthy breakup. My last relationship, 2 years and 3 months ago, for me personally, the best breakup in the universe. We talked about as adults. Me personally, I saw all the red flags. There was no fear. Oh shit, she's about to break up. No, it was beautiful, and we talked about it, and it failed because of love language. Respectfully, now I preach about love language because of my last relationship. I knew of it, I did not comprehend it. Knew it. Communication. What is love language? You can read the books, watch YouTube, right? It's your choice. If you want to break down what it is really fast, it's whatever makes you happy as a being. Whatever you want from your partner. You have a good day or bad day, they buy you a gift, whatever it is, they hug you, say I love you, they talk to you. That is love language. The intent is to figure out what is your love language as beings to be on the same page. If not, it's not going to work out because I told my ex then, babe, please don't accept me in your life. If you're not satisfied, please let me know. Do not sit there like, don't accept me, do the butt line because when you accept people, it's not healthy for you at all, And that's why when it happened, it was beautiful. It was the best breakup for me was because respectfully, queens out there, I tell them the potential partners to be, I don't need a partner. I want a partner if she wants I. We match energy and I take energy. And that's what I tell her. Any for the pendulums to be day one. Let's talk about everything correctly wise. And that's why if you want to see, if you're on the healing journey and you want to date somebody potential wise, small talk, right? Conversation, we're talking and vibing, right? And that's the question. I do all the time to test me if I'm talking to a boy or girl or a man or woman. Boy and girls, no healing journey. Men and women, healing journey, right? So let's see how you doing, Miss? How you doing, Queen? How's life? Small talk. And I ask her after a little whatever, 4 or 5 questions, and the conversation is going. When did you start the healing journey? Did you have a support team? What do you sit with yourself? That's when you know how they are. If it becomes crickets, you're talking to a boy and girl. You want to match energy with people that show love to you. If you want love, if you want healthy relationships, if you know what healthy relationships are, that's the situation. So true, right? where you been all my life? I would have been like, well, Queen, I looked at myself 4 years ago. I just tell stories now. Communication with the best policy, 1,000. Communication and comprehension. But yes, Queens behind the screen, remember this. I make it sound so easy because my support team. Respectfully, I'm not knocking at men when I say this. A lot of us men, respectfully, are more narcissistic. We're not taught from our fathers, uncles, grandfathers to have these conversations at all. Man, the fuck up. Only bitches cry. Women cry out of corny shit. No. A lot of us men, respectfully, we self-sabotage relationships because we don't talk to our partners. We have kids. The woman's got to do her job, take care of the kids. Respectfully, this is not Jesus times. It's 2024 times, man. Help your partner. Dishes, kiddos, garbage. Fucking hug her, kiss her, babe. You're doing a good job. Appreciate her for who she is, and she'll love you more. She can hate you, but she'll love you a little bit more, and you can potentially rekindle the relationship, But if you don't, what do? We chop you down like a tree. Give me 1,000 chances, you will not give me 1,001. You'll cheat. Once again, you cheat, break up, leave me, ghost me. But what will I do? Like I did 4 years ago. Initially, it's hard to say that, but no, I played the victim sob story because I pushed her away. I gave my family not knowing. But I remember this. I cannot be hard on myself because I had respectfully none of my family from Washington State down to Mexico, back to Spain, the motherland, zero. Motherfucker side, nothing against them. They cannot teach me anything. I'm talking to you guys. All my tattoos and their eyes, I'm the devil. It does not hurt my feelings at all. When you start the healing journey, if you never spoke spiritual, religious, Mr. and Mrs. Positive, your family would say, yo, you lost it. The devil's in you. You gotta go see it shrink. Like, no, you're not losing it. You're evolving. You're progressing in life. Do not give up. You're not crazy. You're doing good for yourself. Remember, this is your healing journey. It's not your parents. It's not your kids. Nobody but yours. As long as you know you're doing good for yourself, you're blessed. That's when now I comprehend when I knew the term I'm blessed, right? It means I'm doing good. No, it's spiritual talk. When someone says I'm blessed and the spiritual religious, like, no, they are in healing, potentially healed. That's the people you talk to when they say I'm blessed. Hell yeah. What's up, Queen? What's up, King? What's up with you? Can I hear your story? When did you start it? I would love to hear everyone's story because that's the intent, to get your life back if you want your life back. That's respectfully, black and white, very simple. Me personally as a being, to trigger the whole universe, try to focus more on yourself. Because remember, your money, your car, your job, your home does not make you a better person, and it can't finish save you. All that mammy things cannot give you advice to life at all. But yes, you're financially stable, which is a positive, right? But the intent is to figure out what love is. That's why the potential to be asking, what is love? To you, in your eyes, what is love? How start a real conversation and see how they answer, Because that's a what? It's a curveball. What do you mean, what's love? It's just a question. I'm just curious to know, do you know what love is? To see if they're boys and girls, respectfully, or men and women. Men and women, we're in the healing journey. Boys and girls, this is Japanese to them. They don't want to feel their feelings. They just want to be lovey-dovey for 90 days tops, and after that, they get bored. The spark's over. To the next. And nowadays, social media, a million options. Or actually, I say a zillion options on this phone. 24/7, 365. Easily. But remember this, the intent is not to go body hopping. That's not healthy for nobody at all, not even yourself.
Oh, what a nice word. What a nice word. Instead of being called slutty, you said body hopping. Just so important.
Thank you, Queen.
It's certainly right. I was told, one time in my younger days that when you do that, when you body hop, you leave a piece of your soul there.
Correct. Energy.
And so sometimes, you wonder why you become soulless if you just want to tear it up everywhere.
Very factual.
So, and I firmly believe that whole part.
Yeah, no, Queen. Queen. Remember this. So you have like man-made talk and spiritual talk, right? So when I taught this, remember this. All this shit I'm saying is some of it's me. I was dissecting the universe. A lot of it's my support team, the queens, right? So they tell me this. When you have TLC, sex intercourse, you exchange energy. You're from a bond, soul touch, trombone, twin flames. Potentially catch what? For all these virgins out there, boys, you catch what? Feelings, STDs, or babies. One act. That's all that happens in one act, that first session, or how many sessions it is. So like you're saying, when you body hop, yes, you leave part of your soul in them, right? Or you lose part of yours. And that's why you become soulless. That's why all these boys are narcissistic. Yeah, women, aka girls are narcissistic. Anyone that's doing the whole face, body hopping, all they're doing is destroying themselves because they get the high, the TLC, whatever, and what happens to them? They become bored, and to the next, to the next, to the next. That's all it's doing. Because that's why, once again, as a being, talk to yourself. You gotta talk to yourself, okay? Everything's beautiful, everything's smooth in the relationship, right? All of a sudden, why am I sad? Why am I depressed? Why I love them? Why is the spark ending? And remember this: if you're the partner, you're the one. Like on my side, I give them everything. If you give them everything, right, and you observe your partner, less texting, less calling, less TLC, to ask him, babe, what's up with you? Does somebody else get your eye? Are you losing spark? Are you becoming bored? You know? Yes, Mede, go for it, Queen.
Okay, so on the attachment side, I think that's what scared me from body hopping was on a spiritual level. You know, a lot of us human beings don't realize that there's a spiritual connection. It's more than just STDs. You know, that's just the society understanding. But you know, on a spiritual level, that's why you actually become one with a cord. So your connection then is a cord. And because of that cord, when you actually do detach physically, you're actually not detached spiritually. And that's where a lot of people don't realize that, you know, there's a cord cutting process that actually needs to take place. Sometimes you actually don't even have to have sexual intercourse. As soon as you invest in an individual, like, you know, of the opposite sex, it's very similar.
Correct.
And so on a spiritual sense, we don't realize that, you know, that's where the mental emotional struggle becomes complicating, because not only are you detached physically, you're still attached spiritually. And because you're attached spiritually, you're wondering why, how come I feel them? How come I can feel them? Like, for example, you know, you just think that you're breakdown because you're like, why all of a sudden am I sensing them, and why am I missing them, and why am I longing for them, and why am I irritated? And you don't realize that your spiritual connection is the reasoning why you're still connected. You might think that physically you're disconnected, but spiritually you're actually connected.
Correct.
So that's put me off doing body hopping. And so I was quite comfortable body hopping, and because I felt comfortable with, you know, my life is quite good. I have my own house, I have my own life, I'm all right. I don't really need a male in my life. I just miss his penis. So, you know, I just want to borrow the penis. And because I miss his penis, you know, I just wanted to let go. But then, you know, I wondered why I was threatening for him. I wondered why I was longing for him. And I wondered why I was irritated. And then when I did actually connect up with some of these men in the future, and these were men that I was actually opening myself up to without even having sex, it was like, you know, were you irritated last week? That was fucking really irritated me. And, you know, were you missing me? Or I'd see them like, man, I was missing you. And I was like, all last week? And they're like, yeah. So you soon learn the connection of spirituality takes it to a different level. But you learn to understand your mental, your emotion, and everything that seems out of whack and out of alignment then becomes understood as an alignment of a connection. And that connection can solely be because of a spiritual connection, which is really scary shit, because you take on the good energy and the bad energy of that individual that you have to learn to cleanse and clear and disconnect from, because it's a cutting of a cord.
Right.
And so, you know, that's just my understanding of why I don't body hop. That's why I have concrete buildings.
Right.
Not that I encourage anyone to body hop, but it's more than just if you're not familiar about the reality of that, I just want those who are open to hearing the truth about those connections. That's why I don't give myself freely.
Yeah, that's beautiful.
Because of that experience that I've had with myself in general in regards to that. So having to disconnect is to cut a cord.
Uh-oh. It's lagging for a second, guys. Stand by.
And And so it wasn't until I started cutting the cords that I realized that now I can actually heal.
Right.
Because of a ring or a piece of paper. Sometimes once you connect with an individual sexually, you're connected.
Correct.
Definitely connected. And that's why when you leave an individual, if you don't cut the cords, if you don't cleanse, or you don't do that side of it as well, it's just going to take a longer process in regards to the healing process, because you're still connected. I just want to throw that one in there.
Very factual. Very factual. That's why breakups, right? My tattoo, my neck. The intent to let go of your ex, all of them. From if you started dating at middle school, high school, like the ones you can remember, forgive, communication, not forget, because you lived it, right? That's your exes, and let them go. Do closure for yourself. Comprehend why it failed. When you do that, the intent is every part you laid down with all your relations, right? Observe all the red flags on both sides. So then we comprehend the red flags and the potential, the present part to be wise. You observe them. Observe them 20, because I promise you 24/7, 365, all the red flags and answer in front of your face. And when you see them, you verbalize boundaries. Yo, I don't do that. I don't like that. If not, accept it. But the downfall when you accept toxic relationships and toxic love, you will say the butt lines. What's the butt line? I love everything about Six and I met you and I together, right? And I love everything about you. I remember I don't tell you because you're my girlfriend. I don't hurt your feelings, but I tell Auntie Rio, everyone behind the screen, and they all, you and the Meta power couple, you're a beautiful couple. And I'll be yo, thank you, Queen. Thank you, King, for the compliment. But I remember that's how everybody in the mother but you, because I don't want to hurt your feelings as my partner. But the thing with Meta is she's jealous, she's controlling, whatever, she parties, she kicks, whatever it is I don't like about you, I tell everybody in the mother. Until someone calls me out, hey, well, you tell us, right? Have you told her that? Like, no. Why'd you tell her that? Talk to her. I don't want to hurt her feelings, but it's better to talk about it today than tomorrow. Because respectfully, if the breakup happens today, it's today. And what I say, analogy metaphor, is better to die today than tomorrow. Because the longer you're individual, the more you hurt each other. And here's the person that knows that they're not satisfied with the bloodlines. Remember this. Let's say men and I together. I don't like her because, well, the only thing that eggs me about her bothers is she's jealous and trolling. But I don't tell her for 1 year, 2 years, but I need 10 days in. And she told me day one, I'm not jealous and trolling. I'm more my ex. She said it wise. Cool. Allow us to remember this. Verbalize it, but actions speak louder than the words, right? I talked to many females out there. One-on-one, this not passive boundaries, platonic, right? But little by little, she sees that, and I observe her, hey, she is jealous. She isn't trolling. She be like, you talk to a lot of girls. I'm on the light panel, and she's getting jealous with cyber girls. That is called jealousy, insecurity of past partners. I'm today, now the present, right? So remember this. 10 days in, I knew that. It's a scenario. It's not factual. 10 days, I know that, right? And I don't want to hurt her feelings. A lot of us do this shit because we're too empathetic, right? So 1 year in together, 2 years in together, 3 years in together, right? No kids, keep it simple. But after 3 years, I wake up one day, like the movies. It happens every day. I wake up, you know what? And I tell me, hey, babe, I need to talk to you. I should have told you 10 days. 10 days in, not 3 years after, but I can't do this no more. She'd be like, what are you talking about? In her eyes, in her head, I'm the best person I have in her life. This is the best couple for her. I mean, as a partner, right? It's a power couple in her eyes, right? Best relationship. But I tell her, you know what? I can't do this no more because you're jealous and trolling. What? And you need 10 days in with 3 years in. Now what do you want to do? Break up with me? I'm sorry, I can't do no more. I'm going to get up and leave. I can get up and leave, right? But now what happens to her? Her people, I'm a little hurt her. That wasn't my intent, but I should have told her 10 days in. That's an analogy metaphor. It's better to die today than tomorrow. The longer individual, the more you hurt them, hurt yourself. 10 days, hurt, shed tears, potentially. But it's better than 3 years. Then you bring a kid in the mix. You get married, divorced. It's a bloodbath. Do not get to that point. That's why I say, if you're in a positive manner, if your relationship is toxic, right? If you don't talk about this conversation to the fullest, and you want to have a kid, you're going to join the Bay Mom, Bay Father Divorce Club. And every kid, yes, deserves to see their parents together if the parents are healthy for each other. If it's love and respect to each other, more empathetic, if not it's narcissistic, shit's flying, breaking, cheating, it's a bloodbath. And the kid would think it's normal. A lot of us think it's normal. That's what it's called, what? Child trauma. Life's hard. Do you know why life's hard? Everyone, my tattoo on my neck, everyone's got child trauma. The bullies that bullied us are getting bullied at home. The parents in toxic relationships are bullying each other. The cherry on top, relationships, they make you, break you, definitely destroy you. One person starts it all every which way, right? Do not become your parents. And once again, fear in a positive manner. If scenario, let's say men and I are together, right? My family's traditional, Mary's family's traditional. Everyone's together, but they're toxic. But through thick and thin, religion culture for the kids, right? Fear in a positive manner. Look at, you want to see your future? Look at your parents, age gap, aunties, uncles, age gap, grandparents still together. Your grandfather at 70 years old being a fuckboy, verbally physically abuse to your grandmother at 70 years old. That is your future, right in front of your face. And they're your elders, and they brag about what? Their cars, their money at home. You're young and fresh. You're not established. They are. They better be established, quote unquote, right? But how are they, and as your grandparents, and toxic relationships, and they go to church, pray to God, Allah, Buddha, the universe, amen. That made sense. At 70 years old, don't do that. Don't become them, respectfully, you know? When you're with somebody, you have to tell them how you feel. 1,000.
That's what makes it. It's actually, that's the bloodbath I actually just come out of, Brother Ito.
Oh, I'm happy you
Because
did.
an individual didn't communicate to me. And then I heard it around the mutu. I never went looking for it. I didn't even bother with it. I didn't even give a fuck about it. And so, when an individual just stops you, then they ghost you, and then all of a sudden they have a problem with you, but they tell every other innocent individual about you. But they don't tell you. They tell the whole entire fucking world. I just had enough of it. You can push a woman so far, but when you're gonna actually just mind your own business and move on with your life in the best way that you know how, way to a spirit. I believe spirit always exposes the realness of people that are two-faced behind your back. So a lot of the gossip ended up coming back to me, and then I was shocked because I actually least expected this individual to talk about me, but not to the horse's mouth. But he had a lot to say about me, and that's exactly what had happened. So I did turn it into a bloodbath, and I let him feel exactly how I felt being on this side of the road.
Right.
Like, if you got shit with me, keep it with me and make sure that I know about it. But then you have to be a coward, because that's what he ended up being, was a coward. So I've lost mega respect for him because he had a lot to say about me. So I ended up doing that because I couldn't communicate him. I'm not a coward. I don't hide under accounts. I don't Bigo TV, because it's just I don't lower my standards that way. And so I'm not going to be there to go and have a look for you and what for you, just to be a coward and do that behind your back. So I did it another way without communicating. So you don't want to communicate to me? Then cool. I'm going to do it this way, hard and fast. I'm going to make you feel exactly how it felt when I felt the shit that came at me without me even looking at it. So I put his photo up there just to piss him off, and I put his name up there just to let the world know he can get fucked. I'm not proud of it, but yes, that's what I did. I did retaliation. I ain't got no enemies, but if you tear me up, they will retaliate. That's pretty much how it was. And then a little bit out of hand, and
Don't
there
play
was an
games you don't
individual
want
that offered to go and hurt this individual and another individual in the flesh. So that's when I had to eat some humble pie and save both of their asses and move on, knowing that it made him mad. And because it made him mad and made everybody else mad, it actually exposed a whole lot of individuals that I least expected to be of low degrading humanness and immaturity, that it's like, actually, thank you for the exposure. Thank you for the exposure of a coward. Because now I'm thankful that that's protection for my protection. So you move on. You're actually, in the future, if you're going to stay on this app, you're going to regret treating me like a motherfucker. So yeah, so I've got to put that fucking and I pray that God reminds me of you when shit comes back your way, motherfucker. So yes, hi, brother Nicole. I missed you. It's been ages, my brother.
It's been a minute, yeah, most definitely. Well, we respectfully, like, when it comes to breakups, if people do you wrong, let's say it's a situation or it would have been a potential, but it failed for whatever reason because of red flags. And especially when it comes to like breakups, right? What I recommend, like, I believe this spiritual warfare could slow down a lot more if all of us told our stories, right? Hey, check it out. This is my ex. Show a picture, etc. This is where we're from, right? This is what I dealt with. This is the red flags that now that I'm doing the healing journey, I observed the red flags. This is what I missed. So if you're dating my exes, as a forewarning, you don't have to comprehend, but that's a positive. Remember this. Any boy and girl that's too narcissistic, what happens to them? They hate being exposed. Why? Because they're about what? All capital letters, reputation. They don't want the whole universe, their parents, the kids, the priests know they're fucking manholes, womanholes at all. They don't want it to know. They want to act nice, not be nice. So that's how you slow it down. Tell your story to God for the universe. This is my ex. The idea is to start the healing journey. But if you haven't, just be cautious with the red flags. When happening, remember this. Every day, bro, you have free will and choice. What are you doing? What are you choosing? To accept a toxic ex? Or do you believe you're the one that can potentially fix, change, save them? Remember this. Respectfully, nobody in the universe, God, Allah, Buddha, the universe, your ancestors, the spiritual universe, they support you. We can't fix and save you at all. All of us are support teams. We're communications. We hold you and guide you. The only person that can fix and save you is who? The person married you, not nobody else. All we can do for each other is what? Heal, guide, support, uplift, warn, show my love to each other. That's all we can do for each other. Everybody has their own journey. You cannot do it for them. You give you support, hold the hand, guide them. Yes, be the cheerleader, cheer them on. When they trip to fall, you pick them back up. Yes, you can do that for them, but you cannot do all of it for them at all because they got to feel their feelings, to comprehend their feelings, and when they do, they want every toxic love. What the fuck is toxic love? On my tattoo, my neck, anxiety, depression. What is that? PTSD, child trauma, insomnia. What is that? That's all over myself. I won't ever feel like that. That's why I don't accept toxic relationships as adults, right? The only time you should be you and your partner should be talking to each other is when TLC, sex intercourse, not as partners, not around the kids in the streets. No, that is toxicity. Only and becoming one as beings, quote unquote. That's the only time you should be talking to each other. If you do extra bullshit role play, that is on you guys, right? As couples, but not yelling. Be you and your partner a competition about money, your careers. What the hell is that? That is called toxic love. No matter who's making money, as long as you out there, you two as a couple are blessed, you're fucking blessed. And remember this, in toxic relationships, right, in general relationships, you're not supposed to be dreading to go home to your partner. If you are dreading to go home to your partner respectfully, it's been over. You love your job, you love Safeway, you love yoga, but you do everything your mother and the mother wants to do, whatever, to distract yourself from going home. But when you finally have to go home, like, fuck, I gotta deal with them. You don't have to deal with them. Why do you choose to have to? You left her, you don't have to come back at all. But I say X to the fullest always, as a forewarning. That's why I won't ever have that feeling ever again. The last 2 years, respectfully, as it being the last 4 years of my life, blessed. When I go home alone, no partner, I'm not dreading to go home to myself. I'm not dealing with toxicity. It's the best feeling to have. Like, yo, I love myself. You gotta win the real world, the person, for anybody else wise. And for their wise, you blessed as a being. Then after that, no toxicity. Because it happens, Queen, I don't do that. I don't like that. Please, match manager, don't take it at all, respectfully. And remember this, they don't have to respect your boundaries. If they don't respect your boundaries, what are you doing? What are you choosing? Accepting it? Realize boundaries or walk away. Show them up from a distance. And remember this, everybody in your life comes in your life as a blessing. When you leave, what is the lesson? Be a positive or negative. There's always be lessons to be learned, but remember this, eventually you will have to learn to be alone because people will come and go, as a forewarning. Me, myself.
And I'm glad he's gone.
Huh?
It was mayhem, Presidential.
Oh.
Just mayhem.
Wait, Roscoe?
But just,
I apologize. I apologize.
You know what it felt like? Being connected with someone like, and then all of a sudden flipping the script, and then out comes this toxic individual that you least expected to come out. And just when you thought you knew someone, you knew jack shit because of trauma bonding.
Yeah.
Assumptions. Assuming the wrong assumption. But
I tried it. It denied
I just
it.
don't like coward tactics. I don't like coward tactics.
I apologize.
So if this individual opens his mouth about me anymore and it gets back to me, then he's fucking over.
How you doing, bud? How's it going? Right. No, I apologize. I apologize. Yeah.
What the fuck wrong with yourself? And I can do me.
Right.
Without you, you just made yourself look so degrading. And yes, you are right. It is about his reputation. I will ruin his reputation on this app if he pushes that shit one more time. He dare pushes it one more time. I will be one ugly bitch. And I don't want to have to lower my standards to that brotherly talk.
Right, no.
I definitely will.
Right, correct. And once again, I apologize. I try to regulate the live session best as possible. Like, typically is not like that. He'll ask questions, but yeah, so I apologize. I'll try to reach out to him, DM him, like I do like a one-on-one with him, like, hey, like you can ask your questions, but you know it's because on his side, the way he speaks wise, he has his, like, remember, he's a certified life coach. Respectfully, as it being, I use the word coach. It's just a word to get your attention. I'm not certified. Respectfully when I say this, I'm not gonna go to get a piece of paper. I'm not gonna go to college to be a therapist counselor. No. If you're a therapist counselor, life coach, just talk about it, you know, in a positive manner, you know. So once again, I apologize about that. So I try to regulate the life as best as possible, so there is no altercations at all, best as possible, because we're adults, especially when we're adults. Kids, teenagers, understand they're learning, they're growing, but as adults, like, if you're a good person and, you know, religious, spiritual, love, respect, to fullest, like, just, that's all I ask, just show, you know, be respectful.
My apologies for my profanity and my tone.
No, man, you good, man, you're good, man, you're good. You know, me, myself, I'm out forward, how I feel. That's beautiful, Queen. That's how it should be. I don't want to be depressed. I want to feel happy. Exactly. Yes, right. Oh yeah. And so once again, no matter you good. Once again, I've been knowing you for a minute. I've been knowing him also, but respectfully, he just speaks differently wise. You know, sometimes he's kind of a little harsh. That's why I try to regulate best as possible. So I'll reach out to him when it comes to the questions, because then pride and ego kicks in, and then competition kicks in, and then, as you can see, everyone's going at each other, so it's a little bit. That's not the intent to get to that point. That's why it's called triggers. You're bothered. You're building anger. Do not become triggered to build hate. The devil comes out of you. You know, whatever, BPD, empathy, I snap, you know, I black out, I flash. Yes, you just built hate. Hatred is that swollen poison monetarily. Why did you allow yourself to get triggered? It's called a premeditated choice. It's you know, it's premeditated, because pride and ego, my tattoo. Go outside, get some air. It's a bad situation. The life situation is getting out of hand. I mute myself. Let me get out the life for a second. You know, this is bad. You know, whatever it is, run from the situation. Remember, rejection is protection. You know, calm yourself. But the positive of social media in a positive manner, yes, you got trolls. Yes, you got cyber bullies, you know, keyboard warriors, right? But the cool thing about social media, this is where you test yourself if you're open-minded or narrow-minded, right? If you have patience or no patience. And the best part is this, they're just words. I know that can be triggering, right? I comprehend it. Remember this, we are cyber people. We don't exist. So if people behind the screen trigger you, talk to yourself. Why and how am I bothered? I'm not in the box. I'm not live. Well, you are live, but you're not in the comments. You're just observing. You're just observing. And then anyone says a word or a comment and it triggers you, talk to yourself. And that'll trigger anxiety, depression, whatever it is. Like, why and how? I just read it. And then now my day goes to shit. But the positive is, you got to talk to yourself. Why and how am I going through this? Why, you know, to observe yourself. You got to feel your feelings, to comprehend your feelings, because at the end of the day, they are just words. But yes, words are spells. Words are beautiful, exotic, motivation, inspirational, or they're what? Very destructive, very mean, very traumatizing. As a forewarning, the worst people you can destroy, your words as it being, is your partners, your kids. Everybody else, your parents, kids, siblings, us behind the screen. You can talk shit to me, hurt my feelings, but we can kiss and make up a zillion times, right? But our partners and kids, that's hard to rekindle. That's a lot of trauma happening there. And I tell everybody, do not be hard on yourself. You have no one to guide you in life. Raw real life. Now, respectfully, I said is go to church in God's hands, be religious, be a humble person. A 7-year-old could say the same thing, but to elaborate how we function as beings, that's what matters. That's why I preach what I preach. I go live for you guys, for the whole universe, not for myself. And initially, when you do live sessions, it's free therapy for yourself, but I do it for the universe now because I just tell stories. Yes, we're still learning, and there's nothing wrong with that. Nah.
You're so right. So, I have church with my siblings every Monday, and not because of the religious side of it or the spiritual side of it. I actually go because my second oldest brother may only have a year left to live, so I make an effort to go, and I'm actually humbled by it. When I did the bloodshed on this individual that I was talking about, I shared it with my siblings, and he then reminded me that, you know, we're not used to seeing the side of you, Baba. And I said, yes, I know. I says, I have no regrets, but I'm not proud of how I dealt with it because I should know better. But he then turned around and he says, look at me. I'm a big boss of mental health. I'm a minister. I have a huge reputation to uphold. And he says, but I'm still human. And he says, because I'm still human, and he says, I do get irritated, I do get annoyed very easily at work with someone's, you know, not doing things appropriately, and my expectations become higher, so I start snapping. When I start snapping, I start snarling. When I start snarling, he says, what I'm actually doing is I'm being mindful of my radar. I have to gauge myself. That's what's important.
She's lagging. She'll catch up.
Oh, am I here, Brotherito?
No, you're okay. You're okay. You just lagged out.
Hello?
You're good now.
Oh, yeah. So, my brother then made me mindful, and he says, we all have a gauge. We all have a radar. And he says, be mindful and aware of your radar and of your gauge. And he says, because that's your body, that's your well-being telling you you need some time out for you. You need to assess things differently. You need to take some time out to breathe. You need to start filling up your cup inside.
Yeah.
He said, nothing wrong with having a radar. Nothing wrong with gauging yourself. And he says, do you think after 28 years of being a huge boss in the industry that I should have everything together? I don't. And he says, and I'm telling you this so that it can help you to understand that we're all mere human beings. And even though I have all the tools that are needed and required, I'm still a human being who still gets irritated, who still gets annoyed, you know, who doesn't have patience and tolerance for certain things. I should know better, but I still react, and I still am triggered, and I still am a human being. And he says, so maybe take some time out to listen to your inner self.
Correct.
Listen to your body. When you start, you know, understanding your triggers and you're starting to snap, then you're starting to snarl, try not to allow it to go to the point where you're going to bark or bite at someone. Try and diffuse the situation by listening to your body, listening to yourself, and taking yourself away. What parts of me do I need to fill up in order for me to not bark and not bite at anyone? And he says, so, you know, see if you can work on that. I say, oh my God, thank you. So it's good to be reminded of tools. And so that was him teaching me how to fix it.
That's
when
beautiful.
I had already done a bloodshed with it.
Right.
I done a major bloodshed. Well, I feel like I did a blood because I succeeded at pissing people off that were a part of the reasoning of me choosing to do. And so I had to come back to filling myself up. And now I feel like my cup is full enough to like move on and do me. And he says, and at the end of the day, let people reap what they need to sow.
Right.
That's not your doing. That's not your job of doing that. Just you got to learn to let that go. And he goes, and even more so, the person that we know, pray for your enemy. You know, bless them, send good energy their way, even though they're not your cup of tea, because what goes around comes around abundantly.
Correct.
But learn to concentrate on you. So it's good to be reminded to come back to what matters in regards to yourself and your well-being. And so that's what's been happening, Brother Lito.
It's beautiful. Well, praise for your son, Mana Queen, you know, and then for your family, it's hugs and prayers, day by day, baby steps, you know, it's the death parts, it could be a lot, you know, it's inevitable, we can't stop it, but like Extensione says, that's actually called completion, so the best of it is time, but spirit to talk, you know, talk to the universe, emotional, mental, spiritual beings, all you fallen ones, you can speak to them, you know, it's energy, you can feel the presence type of situation, you know, but it just day by day, baby steps as beings, it allows you to do best as possible for your life, you're good for yourself, and then your you know, your environment, your support team, your people, and potential partners, allows everything to seem best as possible for you as a being, you're blessed. That's why I preach what I preach. You were taught that being selfish, it's wrong to sin. Like, no. Healthy narcissism, this is my life. If I don't got myself, that's a deal. If you don't got you, then who got you? Fear in a positive manner. Anyone could leave, anyone could cheat, anyone could break up with you. You know, that's their choice, free will, you know? Fear in a positive manner. But when it happens, if you're done the healing journey or you're healed, now you're blessed, you don't worry about that. You don't worry about that at all, because you know, hey, I got myself, I got my support team, I got my people, I'm blessed, you know? They decide to leave, cheat, that's their choice, free will. That's why you don't chase adults. Try not to do that. You chase kids and your kids in general, because that's the ones that all of your inner child. God forewarn them, give them all love, respect, and the guidance he was not given. You know, that's a positive. Have them involved more than you did. If you're a good person, quote unquote, you don't have to. That's your choice of will. I do that because I want you. My number, I'm gonna tell them that's why I'm since 39. When people ask me why does it say 39, at 39 I started my healing journey. Whether my healing, awakening, woke journey. Not just tell stories. That's all I do. If you're younger than I am, beat me. You know, if you're not my support team, I'll hold you and guide you. I'll give you every option and give you option that analogy meant for riddles. Share my notes, knowledge, and wisdom. My personal one, my support teams, just so you can get your life back. So remember this.
I have to go to a hot topic, trending topic. I have to go 38 seconds. I love you, Brother.
Take care.
Bye.
Ciao, be safe.
Sorry.
No, you good, man. I love you. Take care, man. Take care, be safe. Ciao. I pray for everybody in this world. Tell her my prayers are with her. Oh, well, she left, but yeah, met her. Yeah, she's cool people. Like, remember this, on these platforms, face to face, everybody has their own healing journey type of situation. Everybody has always speaking. Like when Mary speaks, she speaks, I speak. You know, like you ask her a question, she'll elaborate, but it could be like sentences, paragraphs, or like 5, 10, 20 minutes. Me, I got patience. Anyone could take over the live session. Allows positive talk. I don't want controversy. I don't want tension, best as possible. But this is where you test yourself as being. So that's why I go live for the universe, because I cannot, stop it, but I can prevent it by telling stories. I believe when people already tell their story, tell it. And initiate the healing journey, breakups, divorces. It hurts, but the pain's only for now. I promise you that. But the cool thing is, when it's a healing journey, you want to do a podcast. It's a live podcast. Live sessions. It's therapeutic for yourself. It's free therapy for yourself. You get to vibe with other people in the healing journey. Like anyone that's make it sound easy, like here, I'll tell make it. Yes, I make it sound easy because my support team, not because myself. 4 years ago, I lost my second family. It hurt. Lise Pevi and my tattoo, May 3rd, 2020. She got up and left. Literally got up and left. And it's when you're trauma bonded, toxic relationships, you break up 1 time, 2 times, you kiss and make up. Like now, when it's actually happening, it's for real. Like, oh shit, it's happening. It's over. Yeah, that's when reality kicks in. You're like, oh shit, now it's about to hurt really bad. Initially, it does hurt very bad, but support teams, I got my support team. I'm talking to you now, I remember this. I only make it sound easy because of them. And that's why I pay it forward to the universe to tell stories. I pay these little TikTok clips, IG, Facebook, my stuff type of situation too. And it's all about real life. If anything that I say or anyone in the boxes in the comments trigger you, talk to yourself. Why and how? We're just cyber people. Technically, we don't exist, And the clips I pay, it's about real life, every which way, because you got to feel your feelings to comprehend your feelings. If you want love, if you want to be in healthy relationships as a being, you don't have to. That is your choice, for will. Hey, number 4, how you doing? How's it going? So, Queen, how you doing? Welcome to live. So, I'm going to play a couple clips, wise, because I'm going to get off in a minute, because I have to go to work. Right. Thank you. Thank you, Queen. I just want to get out.
Right away after you guys broke up.
How you doing, Queen? How you doing? Mm-hmm. Oh, so I'm gonna play a clip, guys. I'll play 2 more clips, and I'll elaborate. If anyone wants to make comment, jump in the box twice. But I preach about life, toxic relationships, co-parenting, how we function emotionally, mentally, spiritually as beings. That's what I focus on. A lot of people, like, for the most part, 98% of my followers behind the screen, face to face, are girls, women, single mothers, right? 1% males actually trying to work on themselves. A lot of males that give me shit, they be like, that's how you talk about. It's been 4 years, 5 years. I'm like, or they be like, you're stuck in your ex. I'm like, how am I stuck on my ex? I'm talking about toxic relationships. It's raw real life. Boys getting defensive about it because not all men, a lot of us men are narcissistic, and we're not taught to express their feelings. Talk about raw real life. So that's why I play these clips, and a lot of boys getting defensive about it. Especially, it'd be nice if more men were out here to actually elaborate, but a lot of them don't know this conversation. So what do? I don't stop because of them. I tell stories, and that's it. Okay, I'll get with you tomorrow. God bless you. Oh, good night, Queen. Stay blessed. Take care. Be safe. Thanks for stopping by. Thanks for your comments. So I'll play this clip. Remember this. Breakups, they hurt, but it's for a reason. So.
Why did your toxic ex get into a relationship right away after you guys broke up? It's not a love connection, babe. It's a distraction. Emotionally immature people have to always be in a relationship because they cannot stand the thought of being by themselves. But they look so happy and in love on Instagram. Yeah, and you guys did too. And it was an awful relationship. They drained the life out of you. But it was the person that they told me not to worry about. Yeah, and that person's probably super easy. No offense to anybody, but it probably was an easy target for them. But I don't get how easy it is for them to move on when I'm crying and I can't even eat and I lost my appetite and I can't even think the idea of being on a dating app because I love. Yeah, because they're probably an avoidant attachment style, and so the breakup hasn't hit their brain yet. They're still living in this like the Lulu land where like everything is fine and they don't have any emotion. Unless you're a sociopath, you cannot have a romantic connection with somebody and just completely forget about them as soon as the breakup happens. If that was a way that our brains worked, there would be no breakup songs. There would be no breakup videos on TikTok. There would be no mourning of any type of relationship. When somebody hops right into another relationship, it's because they're trying to skip that mourning phase, that mourning process. Sitting with their emotion and their sadness is just, it's too much for them. They can't handle it. Psychologically, they don't want to feel it. So instead, they try to cover up that relationship with a new one, hoping that'll bring them some type of relief. But the thing about heartbreak is, you're going to feel it. Doesn't matter if you face it the day after it happened, 2 months after it happens, or 2 years after it happens, you're going to feel that shit. There's no avoiding it. And if you hop into a new relationship, you're just doing the other person a disservice because it's going to be a mess. And whatever your ex is doing after your breakup is not a reflection of who you are. It's all about them. Just don't take it personally. Know that it's just a distraction and they're going to feel it just as much as you are eventually.
And on TikTok, she's a beast. Like, we feel like she does like breakup talks, narcissist talk, every which way. Cool tattoos. Oh, thank you, Queen. It's all about life. It's all about life. I think you have plenty of tattoos, more to come. But it's triggering words in a positive manner, and it just focuses about real life. The women love it. Girls, women, single women love it. Boys don't like my tattoos because it triggers a lot of them, So, but that's my job. My face tattoo. I challenge all the universe. 2D10 the Matrix, teaching about real life, and that's all about life, every which way. So. And the only reason I got all these tattoos on me, have more to come. I better start doing like last, I don't know, fall, December type of situation, because then 3 years, I know what I'm talking about. I'm doing communication and comprehension, right? So how do I get people's attention? Petty ass words. And it's all about life. That's today. I Queen at the farmer's market in Seattle. She's like, you have a lot of scriptures and words on you. I was like, yeah, they're everywhere. She's like, is there a sequence? Is it? I go, nah, just where do you want to start? Like, what do you mean? A lot of the words are passages, and the words trigger you. Talk to yourself. Why and how? We can talk about it if you want to. And we talked about life, and she's 70 years old, and so you're doing good. Oh, my pioneer, I control healthy narcissism. I know I am. You queens love this conversation because you're more empathetic. You do communication comprehension. You actually want love. A lot of men and key boys are narcissistic. We're not ready for this conversation. It's too much for us because I don't want to feel my feelings. I'd rather go through a breakup or cheat, whatever, go with somebody else and just numb the fuck up so I don't feel my feelings. That's not healthy. You gotta feel your feelings to comprehend your feelings if you want to feel what love is, So the breakups suck initially, but it's a blessing in disguise. I promise you 1,000. If you don't want to hear it, but you gotta hear it, it's a blessing in disguise, Hi from Houston. Oh, hi, Queen. Hi from Seattle, Washington. I want to be covered in them. Art is beautiful. There you go. What's your sign? Oh, astrology wise, I'm an Aquarius. Respect, when I say this, as the 40, 10 to 20, the matrix is not my realm, the spiritual universe. Excuse me, I know of it, I don't know it. Like, the monastic, she was spiritual for sure. So she's like, a little bit on the religious God, right? But she's more like into astrology and numerology, crystals and other stuff, 1111, 444, 777. I mean, baby, I love you. I would say, cause, I respect you, but that's not my realm. She, you're higher than, they're higher than 3D. Like, no, respectfully, I'm 3D. I know of 40, 10D to 20D. That's why I have it inside my body for a reason, but I just elaborate. I'll do communication with talking vibe, but I don't comprehend it to the fullest. Respectfully, I respect that's your realm. I tell people, black and white, very simple. My tattoo, if you're a good person, show them the respect. I'm a good person, I will show the respect, and that's it. And nobody has to comprehend me, nor you, but we can have a conversation about real life. That's a positive, especially if you want to be a potential partner, because the intent is communication, comprehension as best as possible. If you want to have a healthy relationship, I want healthy. I don't want toxic. Remember this, toxic love will cost you everything in life and literally your life. Love is free. It don't cost you nothing. I promise you it doesn't. Love is beautiful, exotic. It's phenomenal, man. It's the best thing to have. Toxic love, no bueno, no good. That's cool. We are in the age of the Aquarius. Oh, I love that stuff. But yeah, I agree to each his own. Oh yeah, one thing, Queen. I said respectfully wise. Because remember this, like whatever you are, you're atheist, science coder, right? You're religious, God, Allah, Buddha, whatever your God is, right? And they have the spiritual universe, astrology, numerology, crystals, Wiccans, tarot cards. And respectfully, when I say all of this, right? Respectfully, nobody has to comprehend. I'm not being rude to you guys at all, but do not be codependent of all of it, of religious, spiritual, because God is good, yes. And, and God gave everybody free one choice. So what am I doing? What am I choosing? My partner, let's say we're empathetic wise, we're cool. What is she doing? What is she choosing, right? So when it comes, once again, if you respect, I'm not saying all women, a lot of girls and women are into astrology, right? And they be like, oh, you're an Aquarius, I don't date you because, I don't speak the tongue because you're a Capricorn. I don't speak the tongue respectfully, right? And I'd be like, well, Queen, remember this. You can be based off that, and let's say on your side, because that's astrology, your universe of the 40, 10 matrix wise. And everything's, everything lines up, you're the star, the moon, set wise. But did you know, Queen, as a forewarning, I can act nice, be narcissistic, I can be nice, be empathetic. My choice of will. If you know what that is that's Japanese to you, respect, I could destroy you. So why would you allow me to destroy you? If I'm telling you verbally, I don't have to tell you that a lot of these boys are narcissistic. This is Japanese to them, but they do it every day build ground because that is their choice free will, but they don't know what they're doing because they don't know the terminology. They don't know these stories, fuck them. They're easy, gullible, naive. I'll do them dirty. I'll run game on them. So be it. I go to church. God is good. Yes, God is good, but are you good? If you are good as a partner, what about your partner that he or she's verbally, physically abusive? They're fuckboy, they're cheating. And they go to church. God is good, but they're not good. You gotta live the life that God allowed the universe best as possible. As a being, you cannot represent for the whole. I'm born and raised a Catholic. I don't represent the whole Catholic Church. No, myself as a being, not for the whole squad. Everybody has their own journey, I love that stuff, but yeah, I agree to each other. Sorry. Same. May I ask you? Oh, my age? I'm 18 at heart, but I'm 43 in the outside. I just tell stories. I worked on myself 4 years ago. Healed, blessed, respectfully, and more on TikTok. They'll say like the healing journey doesn't ever end. I believe they say that to put fear in you because respectfully, if the healing journey doesn't ever end, so that means respectfully for the rest of your life to your last day in breath, let's say you're 100 years old and you're 20 years old and you hear that comment, the healing journey doesn't ever end. You will know when it ends. I promise you will. Mine ended 4 years ago. So once again, if you believe that in fear, then for the rest of your life, you'll always have anxiety, depression, paranoia, PTSD, suicidal thoughts, low self-esteem, anger issues. You'll always be stuck in your ex's past pain, toxic love, trauma, child trauma. For the rest of your life, but you want love, kids, and a family, make that make sense, respectfully. My favorite person, hey, what's up, Queen? How you doing? Welcome to live. And I say that all respectfully. You don't have to comprehend that. You will know when it ends because you will learn to love yourself every which way. I did that 4 years ago, at 39. That's why I had someone that's arm pretty big, it'll say 39, because that's what the age I started my healing journey. And I completed it. Healing journey, awakening journey, awaken, woke journey, tied in my body for a reason. And eventually I make my shirts and hoodies to get people's attention. And here's the best part. I don't have to open my mouth. My words do the talking. Tied in my body, on my shirts, my hoodies. I walk the streets. You know, if people get offended, I'll be like, let's talk about it. You don't have to own my conversation, but that's what I preach about. I trigger people about raw real life. Nothing man-made, nothing about your car, your home, your career, your job, your money, any of that stuff. Respectfully, that's man-made stuff. You know, it's cool to have financial stability, yes, but the dollar can't fit and save you at all. Well, you know, this penny right here, right, a man-made penny, will have a zillion owners in this lifetime, right? It won't ever shed a tear from nobody in the universe. It can't even give you a rest of life. Only you are the one going through it. The intent to feel your feelings, to comprehend your feelings, and after you do that, everything else you will cherish more to the fullest. I promise you that. You know. We always healing, right? Yes. Queen, with respect to my side, I'm healed, right? I worked on myself 4 years ago. So, but yes, the intent is to keep working on yourself to figure out, okay, I want love, but do I know what love is? You know, that, well, I learn how to realize boundaries when I see the red flags and when I comprehend the red flags. Observing this communication, comprehend them. Yep, I don't do that. Now what do we do? Realize boundaries. Now you're doing good for yourself. But you being mean to me, like, no. I realize boundaries. You don't respect them. Remember this. I told you day one, king, queen, the door's right there. I can leave when I want to. It's my choice, free will. This is my life. You don't own me. My tattoo, you're not my slave master. You're not my slave. I don't own you. You don't own I. I can leave. You can leave. My choice, free will. Your choice, free will. Show me the respect. We're talking and vibing. If not, I choose myself. Be something in a positive manner, and I leave. That's it. Rejection is protection, you know? We are magic, 1,000. Fear stands for false evidence, appearing real. Fear is an illusion of the matrix. We're all gods. Yo, Queen, beautifully said. You know what's going on, Abigail. I respect you. You know what's going on. Manifesting is real. You're always loved no matter what. And remember, self-love is the best love, friend. 1,000. Give it 100. I'll sell your dreams. Give it 1,000. People ask me, like, why do you have 1,000 on you? Respectfully, tradition-wise, people keep it 100, right? The people that loved you, friends, family, partners, they kept it 100 and destroyed you. They use it for your love, kindness, money, status, fame, whatever type of situation, as friends, associates, family type of situation, even your own kids type of situation. And then your partners. Now, I say keep it 1,000. What? Why 1,000? Please don't lie to me. If I'm an adult, you're an adult, whatever you claim to be, good, religious, spiritual, atheist, spiritual, show me respect to the fullest. Don't lie to me. If you can lie something about something, I'm tired. Something about something small today, then it could be a bigger lie. I don't deal with lies. I don't want to deal with people that liars. Like, I'm an adult. You're an adult. Why do you want to keep lying at especially when you're older? Like, why do you want to keep lying? So keep it 1,000. Why 1,000? I want everything from you. All your love, time, and emotions. Keep it raw, real, every which way. Your mind, body, heart, soul, and self-love. Please, just keep it raw and real. Don't sell dreams, because if I see the red flags, I'm just letting you know I'm not scared to realize boundaries. Respectfully, if you try to hurt my feelings, I'll hurt your feelings. And remember, they're just words. If I can hurt you with my words, how? Why? If you try to hurt me with your words, I'm like, yo, their words are irrelevant, respectfully. So you should work on yourself. And that's why I tell everybody. The cool thing about social media, this is where you test yourself. Anyone speaking, anyone you hear these clips, whatever, if it bothers you, triggers you, any negative trigger, you're sad, depressed, PTSD, hate, whatever it is, how and why, talk to yourself. I'm not in the box. I'm not commenting. I'm not doing nothing. I'm just sitting in someone's live session, watching a TikTok, IG, Facebook, whatever platform you're on. They play the clip. I heard this music, whatever. Now I'm sad. Talk to yourself. How and why. That person is not in your life. They're not in your four walls. They're not by your side. They're just a virtual person. So now why are you in your feelings? Respectfully, make that make sense, Respect 1,000. I gotta go. Have a good night. Peace. I am Queen. Have a good night. Take care. And everybody else, I gotta get out here also. So love y'all. I'll be on here tomorrow sometime. Something like I gotta see out tomorrow. So out there wake up early. So the Monster Universe, I'm always your pocket 24/7, 365. Please don't ever feel alone. And this is very factual. It's not my analogy metaphor. Before anyone was born, a closed mouth does not get fed. It's very factual. So what I say is, all it takes is a comment or a question to spark conversation. Go from nobody to somebody to friendship, and friendship to partnership, all because you made the comment ask the question and spark the conversation. Here we are today. The cool thing about technology, the cool thing about conversations, it's energy and conversations, comprehension, to figure out how to love yourself and the people around you. So I love you guys. Take care. Have a blessed night. Thanks for anyone that's on these platforms, anyone that jumped the lives. And Bigo Squad, all the queens on here. My respect to you every which way. This is the most people I have on the platform before and all the time. So love y'all. Take care. Be safe. Please don't ever feel alone. I'm always in your pocket 24/7, 365. And that's why it's called my hashtag. Hashtag social media familia. Y'all my people. Y'all my family. I can actually talk to you guys. That's the thing. And that's why I focus on just life, raw real life. If you want to work on yourself to feel your feelings and to figure out what love is, because cosmetically, male, female, you may be the most beautiful, exotic male, female in the universe, beautiful body, whatever, all the good stuff. But your body has no feelings other than, ow, I'm sore. When you go through a breakup, you can be the most beautiful, exotic woman, male in the universe. But when you're now on your knees, crying like a bitch, shedding tears, what will your body and beauty do for you? You go through a breakup, divorce, they cheat on you, they ghosted you. You're beautiful, but you're shedding tears. Why? How? Make that make sense respectfully. But love y'all. Take care. Bigo Squad. Be safe. Ciao. Have a good night. Stay blessed. Ciao. Meet me. Love you guys. Take care. Be safe. Ciao. Both my TikToks. Love you guys. Take care. Be safe. Ciao. Twitch. Love you guys. Take care. Be safe. Ciao. Likee. Love you guys. Take care. Be safe. Ciao. Clubhouse. Love you guys. Take care. Be safe. Ciao. Plenty of fish. Love you guys. Take care. Be safe. Ciao. TikTok. Facebook.